It's Class 2 District 9 basketball on the Source 97.9 FM. Our games are brought to you in part by Frisco Fuel, the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, Richland School District, Memorial Chapels of Richland, Holler Automotive LLC, Air Serv Heating and Air, the Marys County Bank, Shelter Insurance Agents, Dave Holland in Richland, and John Gregory in Crocker, the Iberia School District, Reeves Auto Upholstery, Town and Country Supermarkets, the Newburgh School District, and Big Johnson Power Washing, TC's Junk Fest, and Security Banks of Pulaski County. Let's hoop it up in tonight's district basketball games.
To you and yours, we're out here at Lakeway High School, the Lakeway High School Gymnasium, where we are just about 10 minutes away from opening tip, the first day of the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Tournament. Connor Harbert here with you, 97.9 The Source, joining alongside me for this first day of the tournament, of course, Gary Canance. An exciting day of basketball for the boys' side of things. 3 games, all single-digit victories for, I was about to say the higher seed, not exactly the case there. The number 5 seed Newburgh Wolves moving on there. But all single-digit victories on the first day of the tournament. Maybe we'll get some more exciting games here in this one. As we await our first contest, it will be the 4-seeded Newburgh Lady Wolves taking on the 5-seeded Iberia Lady Rangers. We're going to see a couple matchups we've already seen this season. Of course, very interesting to note. In fact, all 3 boys matchups are also the matchups here on the girls' side. The seedings are not the same per se, but we will see Iberia take on Newburgh. We will see Crocker take on Vienna. And we will also see Stowlen take on Richland, our final game of the day. Very much a coincidence, but also another coincidence, Gary. 2 of these matchups were first-round matchups in the Frisco League tournament all the way back in November. Of course, Vienna, a non-Frisco League team, so not going to get that from Crocker. But again, Iberia and Newburgh played in the first round of that tournament, and then Richland and Stoutland played in the first round of that tournament as well. So all kinds of coincidences here. Makes for a fun first day of the tournament.
Well, these teams are destined for each other, it would appear. Going to see an exciting game. We're going to see all green in the first game. Again, it's Newburgh going up against Iberia. Newburgh has the number 4 seed, and Iberia seeded number 5.
Yes, it's going to be Ranger Green versus Forest Green in this first matchup, but this will be the 3rd time that Iberia and Newburgh have met one another this season. Of course, both teams members of the Frisco League, which means you do have a chance to see each other in that Frisco League tournament. That was the case. And then you're going to play a regular season game as well. So Newburgh took the first 2 contests between these 2 teams. First time round, it was a big win for Newburgh, 73-46, a 27-point win in that first ball game. The second time round, it was a home game for the Lady Wolves. That game played in Newburgh, another 17-point victory for Newburgh there. So the Lady Wolves, they've had Iberia's number here, but of course we are in the postseason. It seems lots of things change in the postseason. You know, players maybe play with a little bit more drive, a little bit more determination. That could change some things here. And we know Iberia, they've got some talent. So if you're Newburgh, you can't rest on the fact you've already won the first 2 games. There's no such thing as best of 3. Lose this one, and your season's done. You got to win this one.
I know that a lot of coaches in the past have told me that if they played a certain team 3 times in a season, they would not like to win 2 of them going into the final game, because sometimes that's a jinx for some reason or another. And it could have to do with the players not really being up for the game, thinking, oh, we've got this one in the bag.
Yeah, motivation is really a killer in a tournament like this. You've already gotten 2 wins under your belt, double digits each time. You have to resist the urge to just coast here in this game. You've got to come out hard, you've got to put them away as quickly as possible. And then maybe then, and only then, and maybe not even then, can you kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit and relax. So I'm looking for Newburgh to get off quickly here. Of course, they have some very talented players, perhaps 2 of the best players in the tournament, kind of maybe the best 1-2 combo, if you will, if not just the outright best players in the tournament. But they do come into this one with a 16-7 record. Again, you're going to see the top 4 seeds in this tournament. It's a pretty close race. I think really you take a look at the 7 teams. I think seeds 1 through 4 have a legitimate chance. Maybe 5 plays kind of a dark horse there. 6 and 7 are going to be your long shots there in Vienna and Richland. But again, Newburgh 16-7 on the year. They're 10-3 at home, 4-2 on the road, and 2-2 in neutral site games. Gary, you and I saw 3 of those games, I do believe, in those neutral site games. Newburgh taking 3rd place in the Frisco League tournament. Defeated their first matchup in Iberia, lost to Stoutland, but then was able to get that 3rd place. Meanwhile, Iberia, they are 11-13 on the season, 3-5 at home, 3-4 on the road, and then 5-4 in neutral site games. They've actually played more games in neutral sites than they have home or away. Newburgh, they score 54.8 points a game here this season. Iberia, they score 46.8 points a game this season. Newburgh allows 44 points per game. Iberia, they allow 45.5 points a game here this season. Some more fun stats for you there. Newburgh, the last 19 meetings, and I know that's kind of a weird arbitrary number, that's kind of provided to us by Misha, who's been keeping track of this since 2010. So this goes back 13 years. Newburgh's won 14 out of the last 19 meetings between these two teams. So, Iberia, they've got a lot to play for here today. If you want your season to continue, you've got to win here tonight. Our captain's meeting at center court. We'll go ahead and take our one and only timeout here at the pregame. When we come back, we'll get underway. We'll have your starting lineups. We'll have the national anthem. Actually, we might have one more timeout there for that national anthem. So let's go ahead and take 2 minutes. We'll come back. We'll talk over the bracket a little bit more here, and then we'll take a second break. But 2 minutes, you're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Tournament. It's 97.9 The Source.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
At Phelps Health Heart and Vascular Center, we're here to keep your heart healthy. Preventing, detecting, and caring for conditions like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, chest pain, and shortness of breath, the Phelps Health Heart and Vascular Center offers innovative care and cutting-edge technology designed to produce the best possible health outcomes for you and your loved ones. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more. Phelps Health, your health, our mission.
An independent company, family-owned and operated. That's Frisco Fuel, LLC in Stoutland, bringing the fuel you need to the farm and the business to keep things running and the production moving forward. Frisco Fuel, LLC is a fuel delivery service located on Keepsake Road in the Frisco League community of Stoutland. Their high-quality products, reliable, on-time deliveries, competitive prices, and friendly customer service set them apart from all the competition. And with 24/7 service, Frisco Fuel is there when you need them, and they're just a phone call away at 417-763-3835. When the fuel on the farm or your business is running low, call Frisco Fuel, and the delivery trucks will be on their way.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
And once again, welcome back here to Lakeway High School, not too far from our home base in Waynesville and St. Robert, just about a 10-15 minute drive or so. We await the first game of the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Tournament. Again, it is going to be the number 4 seed Newburgh Lady Wolves taking on the number 5 seed Iberia Lady Rangers. Connor Harbitt, Gary Canance with you. Just real quickly before we move on over to the national anthem, I want to remind you about our 3 games here tonight. This is our first contest starting in about 4:30. About a couple minutes from now. After that, we'll have our 2 and 7 matchup. Gary will take the play-by-play for that one. That'll be the Crocker Lady Lions taking on the Vienna Lady Eagles. And then finally, to wrap things up here, the number 3 seed Stoutland Lady Tigers. They take on the number 6 seeded Richland Lady Bears. So a fun night of basketball here today. Let's go ahead and take our second time out. When we come back, starting lineups. We'll get going in this one. You're listening to the Girls Basketball Tournament, 97.9 The Source.
TC's Junk Fest at the barn at Honeysuckle Farms in Iberia is coming May 19th and 20th from noon until 6 on Friday and 9 until 3 on Saturday. This is a can't-miss event with close to 100 vendors from all corners of the state. Vintage, antiques, farmhouse, handmade, boutiques, shabby chic, artisans, and more. Plus lots of door prizes, goodie bags for the first 30 shoppers, and t-shirts too. It's a weekend full of fun and memories. TC's Junk Fest at the barn at Honeysuckle Farms, 41 Tavern Creek Road in Iberia, May 19th and 20th. We'll see you at the barn.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
National anthem here in Lakeway as we are just a few moments away from our first contest, the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Tournament. The 4-seeded Newburgh Lady Wolves taking on the 5-seeded Iberia Lady Rangers. Connor Harbitt, Gary Canance here with you today. I'll handle the play-by-play duties for this one. Gary will take color. We'll swap for the second game. We'll swap back for the third here tonight. But now we take a look at your starting lineups here in just a moment after we go through the pre-game festivities. Of course, got to let everybody know that Misha, they are paying attention to this one. It is the postseason, and so everything kind of gets just a little bit more secure. And, of course, they want to remind everybody here to be good sportsmen, including us, Gary. No negativity up here in the booth, I'm sure, here tonight. But let's go ahead and get your starting lineups for the Newburgh Lady Wolves. First one out on the floor. Actually, no, we'll start with Iberia. How about that? That's what they're starting with down low. First one on the floor. How about Tressie Brown? Brown in your starting lineup. Also out there, no, they'll go ahead and swap it here. We'll swap over to Newburgh. How about Taylor Brookshire? Back over to Iberia. Coming out next, Aislinn Bauer will be in your starting lineup for the Lady Rangers. And then for the Lady Wolves, looks like that is going to be Callie Harris. Harris in the lineup for the Lady Wolves. Back to Iberia. Next one out there. How about Alexa Rowden? Rowden will make her way out to the floor. And then you'll have another player out there for the Lady Wolves in Akayla Cakelin. Cakelin gets the start. How about one of the post players for Iberia? Lainey Halley will be in there. She'll be the tallest one on the floor pretty much anytime she's out there. Also out there, though, however, Mary Rosa for the Lady Wolves. How about Lynn K. Humphrey to round things out for the Lady Rangers? And then your last player for the Lady Wolves, that'll be Cora Twyman. For the Lady Rangers, you'll have Brown, you'll have Bauer, you'll have Rowden, Halley, and Humphrey. And for Newburgh, it'll be Brookshire, Harris, Cakelin, Rosa, and Twyman. Didn't talk a whole lot about these two teams and really kind of get into the specifics here, but what you need to know, Iberia, lots of height. Very tall team, not the quickest team in the West. You can outrun them, and that's what we really saw from Newburgh the first time we saw these two teams in action, but they definitely have a lot of height, and they will look to throw it inside an awful lot. Meanwhile, Newburgh, like I said, they've got maybe one of the best 1-2 punches in this tournament between Taylor Brookshire and Akayla Cakelin. They have a lot of offensive firepower. Opening tips away, going to be one here by Newburgh. Brookshire leaping up, bringing that one down as it's Akayla Cakelin here at the top of the key. Looking toward her left here. Guarded man-to-man coverage by Iberia. Throws it off over to Taylor Brookshire. Brookshire to the right wing, on over to Twyman. Twyman surveying the floor, off to Cakelin once more, top of the key. To the left elbow now, over to Rosa. Rosa squaring up to the basket, drives through, middle of the lane, throws up the shot, off the back of the rim. Ball loose on the floor, there to pick it up. That'll be Humphrey. Humphrey, one of those two post players once again, comes up with her first rebound. As the ball's thrown up the floor, Aislinn Bauer, a dribble to her left. Going up to the top of the key now with it. That's going to be, how about Alexa Rowden? Over now, trying to go block to block. Here is Lainey Halley, back out, middle of the lane, over to Humphrey. Humphrey off the glass and in. So it's going to be Iberia who starts things out with their first basket. And Iberia leads 2-0, a minute gone by. Here's Cora Twyman on the left wing, going to her right. Double dribble going to be called. Turnover here on Newburgh. Iberia will bring it back the other way. Already getting a substitution here in this one for Newburgh. Allie Roach. Roach replacing Twyman for the time being. Cross half court and over to the right wing. Here's Rowden. Ryan trying to lob one in there. Halley comes up with it. Halley off the glass and in. So there you go. That's what they're going to try. And they're going to go back to that well over and over again. They're going to force you to double team down there. That time, Newburgh opting for the one-on-one coverage. Hallie uses every inch of that frame to reach up and grab it. Now she's got the steal here. She finds an outlet pass. Alexa Rowden coming up the middle of the floor. She waits for everyone to go by. Fading over to the left side of the floor. Going to throw it up top over to Hallie. 4-0 our score. 6:15 now to go in this first quarter. Rowden to her left here, to the wing, picks it up. Free throw line, Humphrey trying to go to the right wing. Ball tipped by Brookshire, but into the hands of Iberia. Line arcing wing-to-wing pass. Now a lob inside. Hallie can't come up with it. Ball out of bounds. They'll say last touch, though, by Newberg.
That pass was a little too high for her to reach, but it was knocked out of bounds by Newberg.
Yeah, it's hard to overthrow Hallie. Here's an inbounds pass over to Rowden for three. Got it to go. How about a 7-0 run for the number 5 seed to kick this one off here? And this is pretty much what we advised against, Gary, if you're Newberg. Kind of coming out complacent and kind of falling behind early, giving Iberia a little bit of hope. Here's a drive to the basket. No bucket, but she is fouled. Heading to the line for 2, Mary Rosa. Foul's going to be called here on Kay Humphrey, her first. Rosa, a chance to put Newberg on the board. First shot is no good. Rosa missing the first opportunity. 5'8" junior. Second shot, also no good. High rebound. There to bring it in. That'll be Rowden. So Newberg still held scoreless here. 2.5 minutes into the quarter. Laney Hallie with the basketball. Throws it across half court. Finds Rowden. Rowden up the left sideline. Followed by Roach. Trying to float one in here to Hallie, but she's fouled first. Foul on the floor. Charged here to the Lady Wolves. This one's going to be called on Hallie Roach, her first. Both teams picking up their first foul. Iberia inbounds the basketball. Left corner here. Rowden setting up for another three. Got that one.
Holy cow.
How about a double-digit lead now for
Red hot
Iberia?
shooting.
Yeah, cannot seemingly miss there. Rowden, her second three, already with 6. Top of the key here. Mary Rosa for 3, trying to match. Too short. Rowden, no, on the rebound. Now going to dive on the floor for it. Harris trying to get her hands in there, but Iberia gets the timeout. So, how about a quick start here for the Iberia Lady Rangers? Remember, their first 2 meetings between these two teams ended in double-digit losses for Iberia. But now they've got a double-digit lead themselves here with 5:01 left to go in the first. 10-0 our score. We'll take 30. Come right back. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Tournament, 97.9 The Source.
Hear that? That's the plumpest, juiciest hot dogs you've ever seen getting their grill on. But we both know what'll make it sound even better. Oh, yeah. It's a Pepsi to go with your hot dog. Because when you're chomping on a...
Take wonderful care of them.
All right, here's your morning meds and your coffee, just how you like it. 1 cream, 2 sugars.
And we'll go to the ends of the earth to protect them. You can count on that.
Life Care Center of Waynesville believe in treating patients and residents as family members, focusing on inpatient and outpatient rehabilitation with 24-hour skilled nursing care. We are proud to also offer a secured Alzheimer's and dementia care unit, 700 Birch Lane in the heart of Waynesville.
Hallie at the line shooting 2 as we come back to it here. 4:42 left to go in the quarter. Make it 11-0 now in favor of the Iberia Lady Rangers. Coming out of the gates very quickly here against the Newberg Lady Wolves. This is our 4-5 matchup as Hallie does miss the second free throw. Newberg bringing up the left side of the floor. Kayla Cakeland moving to her right.
That was the first shot that they have missed in this ball game.
And it was a free throw. So, something to note there. Trying to pass it across the wings here. Rowden diving on the floor for it. Comes up with the steal. Newberg just no idea what to do offensively here to start this ball game. Almost halfway through first quarter. Rowden another 3 on the way. That ball game. Tell you what, Iberia's almost taken a margin the same size of the margin of victory from last time. Here's a ball blocked by Humphrey. Comes down with it. Passing it off now over to, that'll be Tressie Brown. And Iberia again has the ball. Iberia has blanked Newberg to the Laney Hallie, top of the key. Over to the right wing, Brown. Brown, right sideline, now up top, over to Bauer. Bauer over to Rowden. Rowden a pump fake, driving baseline here, throws up the shot, blocked, but fouled. 2 more free throws coming up here. And it looks like that might be number 2 coming up here on Callie Harris. Yep, that'll be. And maybe Iberia can make it 15 or 16 from the line here. Again, Rowden at the line. She'll be the one shooting 2.
Crowds made a big difference here in the first quarters. Hit 3 3-point shots and got a couple of rebounds there. Very key rebounds. She makes the first free throw.
Yeah, Rowden already into double digits with that free throw. She's got 10 of the 15. As Harris checks out of the ball game, Cora Twyman back in for Newburgh now. Second free throw up, and also good. Make it 16-0 to start this one out. Remember, the last time these two teams played, the margin of victory was 17 for Newburgh. The first meeting, Newburgh won that one by 27. Driving to the basket here, shot blocked by Rowden. Maybe a bit of a desperation drive there. That one didn't really stand much of a chance. As Brown brings it up the floor, passing it off over to Rowden. Rowden passing to the corner now. Brown with it. Off to the right wing, Hallie. Hallie trying to go wing to wing. Brookshire can't get a hand on it. Three-pointer, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Cakeland. Aislinn Bauer couldn't get it to go. Here comes Cakeland, moving to the left side now, to the wing. Guarded by Brown. Dribbling again into the left baseline, puts up the floater. Front of the rim, no good. Rebounded, though. Another shot, no good. This time rebounded by Rosa. Count the bucket and the foul. So Mary Rosa gets Newburgh on the board. The putback, the foul. Has a chance to make it a three-point play. Foul was charged too. They gave it to Alexa Rowden. That's her first, team second. Free throw no good. Ball loose on the floor, though. Newburgh trying to dive on it. Ball pops back out. More bodies on the basketball. Should be a jump ball eventually. There we go. I think they're waiting for the definitive jump ball there, but it'll be called, and the arrow goes toward Iberia. So the Lady Wolves officially on the board here, but 2:45 left to go in the first. Fortunately, we've seen a very similar situation here these last couple days. Talk about that. Maybe that'll give you some respite if you're a Newburgh faithful. Here's a bucket. Lainey Hallie, again, working inside for two. Saw Vienna come back from 15 here, but now we have ourselves a timeout taken by Newburgh.
Newburgh definitely has to do something different.
Yeah, something's going to have to change here.
They're not able to get open for their shots. Iberia's been covering them up. We've had some turnovers by Newburgh. They just really haven't got their offense going yet.
Yeah, something is going to have to change because right now it's just simply too easy for Iberia. And you know, when you work against Hallie and Humphrey, kind of the 1-2 combo, yeah, most teams are only going to have one post player, one true post player. But when you have two players inside like that, it can really kind of stretch you thin. So if you're down there right now, if you're head coach Katie Benson, I'm drawing up any way possible to really kind of negate that. Whether you have to just kind of double team and hope that you can play some help defense, or maybe designing more offensive plays, just trying to get your team back in offensively. Something's got to change here. This one's going to get off the rails in a hurry. But like I said, like I kind of alluded to before the timeout, this is not a situation where I think you're ready to say game over just yet. Remember, Gary, literally just yesterday, almost saw a 15-point comeback in the Crocker-Vienna game. So, Iberia themselves, now they can't get complacent. They're going to have to keep playing at the same pace. They're going to have to come out of this timeout and hopefully keep up that same momentum, or Newburgh is going to find their way right on back into this contest. So, we'll get back going here. Kayla Cakeland over to the right side. Brookshire with it. Bringing it to the left side, passing it off over to Rosa. Rosa here, double team, but moving to her left, trying to pass it into the middle of the lane, trying to find a cutting Brookshire. It's stolen away. There's a foul called against Newburgh.
They just can't, and I'm talking about Newburgh now, they have not been able to get their scoring people open for a good high percentage shot pretty much in this game, and Iberia has stopped them from getting anybody in position to shoot a good shot.
Fourth team foul here on Newburgh. Three-pointer from the corner. Got another one. Aislinn Bauer good for three. 21-2. Under 2 minutes left to go now here in this first quarter. Well, they took away points there. 3-2 on the board, but 21-2 our score. There we go. They fixed it. A minus 15-point shot, if you will. Here's Taylor Brookshire driving to the basket. Shot up, blocked by Hallie. Back outside now, three-pointer, no good. Right side of the rim, hauled in once more by Hallie. So again, Newburgh roster, of course. I knew that was going to happen. It's happened every single game this season, at least at one point. But I feel like I'll be able to figure that one out. So we'll figure it out when we get a break here. Excuse my frustration. Here's a ball thrown away. Kayla Cakeland, nobody in front of her. Right side layup. It is good. Bounced it off the rim a couple times there, but Cakeland's able to finish it. And that brings the lead back to 16 now. Oh, they called the previous shot a 2, by the way, for Aislinn Bauer. It's 24. Under a minute to go in the quarter now. Bauer throwing it inside. Kay Humphrey trying to turn around, but the ball stripped away. Out of bounds it goes. They'll say last touch by Newberg. Stays with the Lady Rangers. So they called that previous 3 a 2. So Aislinn Bauer with 2 tonight. 20-4. Humphrey inbounds it here to Brown. Brown, 3-pointer over Brookshire. No, too hard. Long rebound. It's hauled in by Rosa. I'd say maybe hold on for the final shot of the quarter, but I don't think you're looking for that there. I think you're looking for points now if you're Newberg. They're going to take a shot. Free throw line. Rosa too far to the right. Long rebound. Out of bounds it goes. They'll say Newberg touched it last. Coming up empty. Go back to a point you said earlier, Gary. Their playmakers, Newberg, they have not been in this ball game at all. Kayla Cakeland getting the steal in the bucket, but that's been the extent of the action for Brookshire from Cakeland as we get another foul charged to Cakeland. Maybe not the participation we were looking for from Newberg there, but they have effectively been non-factors here in this one. Inbounds pass picked up by Bauer. She comes across half court, picked up by Cakeland now. To Brown, lob pass inside. Hallie one dribble, shot up, rolls out the front of the rim, gets her own rebound, bucket, and the foul.
Well, they're pounding it inside to Hallie. Hallie is answering the call there, and then they're getting outside shooting that goes in for Rowden, who's hit a couple of 3-point shots and see 5 3-point shots for Iberia in the ball game.
Yeah, 3 threes for Iberia. Hallie's got 7 now. It's just been a perfect quarter for the Lady Rangers. And Newberg's really been able to do nothing about it. Kayla Cakeland, though, for 3. She buried it, and maybe that'll be a little bit of positive momentum heading on in to quarter number 2. But it's still a 17-point lead for the Iberia Lady Rangers heading on in to quarter number 2. We'll see if things change. We'll see if Iberia can keep up this pace. When we come back, you're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Tournament. 97.9 The Source.
Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here once more, Lakeway High School, second quarter of play. Newberg with the basketball. They trail by 17, 24-7. The Iberia Lady Rangers, the 5 seed, all over Newberg in that quarter. Here's a 3-pointer, number 1, got it to go. I know it's somebody on the roster. We're going to check that maybe at the half, but she does have 3 points here, 24-10. Back to 14 now. See if Newberg needed that quarter break here to kind of get back in the swing of things. They need to answer Iberia's play inside. Aislinn Bauer going to hand it off here. Alexa Rowden, she leads all scorers tonight. Throwing up the shot, fouled. Heading back to the line for 2. Something else we need to pay attention to for Newberg here in this quarter, the foul trouble. They've been getting the whistle called against them here. So that one's going to be on number 1.
Rowden goes to the free throw line. First shot.
First shot up. First shot is good. Mark it all down here for now.
Iberia's 4 for 5 from the free throw line.
Second free throw, also good for Rowden. Make that now 13 for her here tonight. 26-10. 7:15 left to go in the quarter. Here's Brookshire driving in. Whistle, double dribble called against her. Another turnover for the Lady Wolves. Newburgh coming out in a full court press. Maybe that part of their grand design to get back in this ball game. Tressie Brown going to the right sideline, going to lob one up. Rowden coming up the floor now. Stop, trapped in the corner now. Searching for a target, able to get it off to Brown. Brown going to find a wide open Kay Humphrey on the left block, who puts it in.
Well, the press was broken. That's what happened.
Press was broken. The trap was broken. Newburgh stretching itself thin. Iberia able to take advantage of that, finding Humphrey on the left block for two. Kayla Cakeland moving toward her left here, standing top of the key. Breaks the 5 count, now to the right wing. Step back 3, got it. Kayla Cakeland can sink a few more threes. That'll definitely be helpful to the Lady Wolves' cause. She has 2 of them tonight, 8 points total. One of 3 scores for Newburgh tonight, but she leads the way. Alexa Rowden driving in, right block, bringing it back out to the corner. Picks up the dribble, face guarded, inside, now over to the right elbow. That'll be Humphrey. Up top here, over to Tressie Brown. 1 dribble, now to Rowden. By the way, Lainey Howley not in the ball game at the moment. That is actually Ayla Russell down low, but here's another foul charge to Kayla Cakeland. Cakeland not happy with the call, but she's going to pick up her second. No, excuse me, how about her third? And tell you what, that's not a player you want getting 3 fouls, especially in this particular ball game. That's most of your offense right there. But that does send us to the line for a 1-1. Aislinn Bauer to do the honors. See what Coach Katie Benson does. Leaving Cakeland in for the time being here. Looks like they're going to trust her, but Bauer does miss the first free throw. It's rebounded by Newburgh. 28-13 our score now. Here comes Cakeland, top of the key. Fading backwards here, pass over to the left side. Number 1 driving in, shot from about 10 feet, it's good. Well, the shots are starting to fall there for Newburgh. They've already doubled their total from the first quarter here in about 2.5 minutes. Still a little bit of a way to go, though. Trailing by 13. Here comes Brown. Brown driving all the way in. High off the glass, got it to go. Brown's first basket of the day. And Iberia again doubling up, 30-15. Taylor Brookshire left wing, traveled with it. Brookshire having an off night, several turnovers for her there. A couple double.
Scored any points in the game?
Not just yet. Couple double dribbles, a travel violation now. Off night thus far for Brookshire. One of the leading scorers of that Frisco League tournament so long ago. Alexa Rowden almost lost it on the sideline, but able to pass it away over to Bauer. Gets it back now, moving to her right, up top to Bauer. Bauer might have traveled there. Yep, they're going to call it. And it comes back with Newburgh now. Another substitution for the Lady Rangers in the ballgame. Carly Carmack for the first time. She replaced Brown on the floor. Iberia, an 8-man roster. Newburgh, they've got plenty of players. But sticking with the core 6 or 7 for now. Cora Twyman dumps it off, right lane. Shot, Mary Rosa, no good. Long rebound, though. Touched just about every player on the floor, but eventually Iberia comes up with it. Right wing, Carmack stops over top of the key. Halley driving through the middle of the lane here. Runs through Rosa. Good for 2. Another basket here for Lainey Halley. Back to 17 we go. 32-15. Halley now, by the way, 10 points. Second Lady Ranger into double digits. Number 1, wing to wing. On over to Twyman. Twyman to the right baseline here. Wide open, Mary Rosa. Good look there. A wide open Rosa for 2. 32-17. Teams trading baskets here at the moment, and actually that's going to be a Newburgh steal. Here comes Cakeland on the attack now, trying to drive all the way through. Underhanded shot, whistle, foul with the body. Might have been a little bit of acting up top. Won't dispute the fact that it was a foul with the body, but maybe fishing for a foul there, but Cakeland, she'll head to the line for 2.
Well, you throw up the ball hoping that you get some contact there and get fouled, and she did.
First free throw for Cakeland, that one is good. Foul, by the way, on Alexa Rowden. That was number 2 on her. Cakeland now 9 points, can make herself the first Lady Wolf into double digits, and she does. Second free throw also good. 32-19, down to 13. Newburgh still very much adding the pressure here as Rowden comes up the left sideline. Double team, throws it off. Tressie Brown on the left block, back outside to Rowden. Rowden cross-court pass here, going to find Carmack. She'll throw it back up to the top of the key. Left wing now, Brown. Brown looking inside, trying to find either Halley or Humphrey. Might be going for the lob here. Hallie guarded by Cakeland. Whistle, 3 seconds in the lane, called against Iberia. There you go. I know you like that call.
Yep. Well, I mean, I'm used to it. Years ago, they've stopped calling it for some reason, but I can't say all the officials have stopped calling it because we just had the 3-second lane violation call right there.
We did, in fact, get it there. So Newburgh looking to take advantage of it, can maybe make it 11 or 10. Cakeland, almost lost control of it there, but picked it back up. Off to Rosa, back to Cakeland now. Brookshire, left wing. Cutting back to her left, onto the baseline, spins back around, moving toward her right now. Top of the key, over to the right wing. Wide open three, number 1. Does she have it? No, too short. Rebounded, though, by, Rosa. And we'll get a foul as well on Iberia. Foul called against the Lady Rangers here.
Rosa with 5 rebounds in the game so far.
And that'll be on Alexa Rowden. So that'll be her 3rd.
And she sits down on the bench.
Yeah, she does come out of the ballgame here. 2 players now with 3 fouls, and that's actually both your leading scorers here in this game. But the difference, Akayla Cakeland, she's still in the ballgame. She's going for 3. Left side of the rim, no good. There for the rebound, Hallie. Hallie, though, ends up in a jump ball. Although the arrow still points toward Iberia. Hallie already looking down the floor there, looking for the pass, maybe to Humphrey, who had started moving that way. But Cakeland snuck her hands in there. Risky play with 3 fouls, but gets awarded for it. Arrow back to Iberia, or rather back to Newburgh, but Iberia with it. Lenny Hallie looking for the move, spins to her right, got it to go. Tell you what, Hallie's also just been simply on fire from that block. That time a contested shot, but she got it to go. That's one you just throw up your hands and say, well, I'll get him next time. But maybe even then. Numero uno, top of the key, inside Twyman. Twyman off to the right block. Mary Rosa gets around Hallie for 2. Rosa also starting to work inside here. She's got 6, 34-21. Brown coming to her right here. Stopped by Brookshire. 1 foot across half court. Throws it off to Carmack. To Hallie, back to Carmack. Carmack has it stripped away here by Cakeland. Cakeland trying to run it down. She's able to do so. Coming down the floor, whistle and a foul. Saved 2 points. Maybe a good foul there if you're Carmack.
It was a good foul.
As that'll be a foul on the floor here. Newburgh, who actually got the layup in the end. They'll have to inbound from the baseline instead. Carmack does pick up her first, team 5th. Brookshire, top of the key, left wing. Cakeland. Cakeland changing places with Brookshire, throwing up another 3. Got it!
Nothing but net on that.
Cakeland's 3rd 3 of the game. We're back to 10, 34-24. Slow and steady is this Newburgh comeback effort, but they're creeping it. Carmack floats one up here. Bauer, left sideline, moving toward her right. Picked up by Cakeland, who's just as aggressive as ever trying to pick up those steals. If he picks up a 4th, though, that would be traumatic for this squad. Hallie trying to go block to block. It's ripped away by Rosa. Another Newburgh steal. Maybe they can bring the lead back to single digits. Top of the key, Brookshire for 3. Too far, no good. Rebound by Hallie. She lost it. Stays with Newburgh. Ball popped around her hands for a little bit. Eventually falls out. And Newburgh, they'll get another crack at it. Cakeland to inbound from the baseline. Looking middle of the lane. Finds Brookshire with the body. Foul. That'll be team foul number 6. Foul looked like on Carly Carmack. Nope, excuse me. Shouldn't assume. It's on Aislinn Bauer. First team foul, or first personal, 6th team foul. 1:15 to go in the half. Ball's inbounded here. Cakeland to her right. Throws up another 3. Got it again. Well, Akayla Cakeland's really taken the Alexa Rowden role here in this second quarter. That's her 4th 3 of the game. And we're back to 7, 34-27. Here's a steal. Cakeland, left elbow, fouled, heading to the line, 1-1. Well, tell you what, I don't know necessarily. I don't want to say Iberia got complacent because it doesn't feel like it, but it feels like this Newburgh team is simply just on a mission. Almost feels like he kind of poked the bear a little bit here in this second quarter. Cakeland, the first free throw, rims out, though, no good. So, stays 7 now, with both teams in the bonus. Iberia in the double bonus. If Newburgh picks up a foul here, it'll be 2. Carmack over to the right side here. Bauer with it. Bauer inside finds Brown. Brown on the right block. Throws up the shot. Too short. Rebounded by Rosa. 40 seconds left to go in the quarter now. Rosa moving toward her right, now stands center of the floor. Dribbles over to the left wing, picks it up, gives it off to Cakeland. Cakeland over to Brookshire here, guarded by Bauer. Brookshire looking for her first basket of the ball game. To the left wing now over to Cakeland. Cressy Brown guarding very, very closely. Screen set by Twyman. Step back three. Got it!
Holy cow.
Holy cow. Akayla Cakeland. 5th three of the game. 34-30. Newburgh's brought it back to 4. 10 seconds left to go in the half. Allie picks it up in the corner. Gonna throw it up the floor. Lost it. Number 1 runs it down. She'll throw it off to Rosa. Rosa takes a shot from the free throw line. Did she get it off? I don't think so. But it's gonna be a 4-point ball game here at the half. So a 23-point quarter for Newburgh. They outscore Iberia 23-10. They're in that second quarter. They bring it right on back. We definitely got ourselves a ball game brewing here in Lakeway. So after an exciting first half, we'll go ahead and take 2 minutes. We'll come back in just a moment. We'll go ahead and talk about some things. We'll go over some numbers, and we'll get you all set up for the third and fourth quarter here in this one. But at the moment, Iberia, a slim lead over Newburgh, 34-30. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Tournament, 97.9 The Source.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Howdy.
Well, hello, young lady. I'd recognize that car anywhere. Did your mom ask you to drop it off today?
It's not hers anymore.
Oh, my. How exciting. Well, don't worry. We'll keep taking good care of her, just like we always did for Mom.
Oh, you just do what you do. Mom says if I take it to y'all for maintenance, I'll hardly ever have to bring her in for repair.
For maintenance and repair on your vehicle, trust Holler Automotive in Vienna. Oil change, batteries, tires, and repairs. Holler Automotive, 908 Highway 63 South in Vienna. Fast lane towing also available. 573-578-2233.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, all the seasons bring havoc to your home, sidewalks, and driveways. Bring life back into your projects with Big Johnson Power Washing. They do commercial and residential. Let the experts do the work for you. Call Big Johnson Power Washing. They're mobile, they can go anywhere, and they bring their own water. There is literally no job too big or too small. They're fully insured, and they pride themselves in making sure their customers are completely happy. So don't trust your home and things to just anyone to clean up. Call the pros, and they do give free estimates. Big Johnson Power Washing, 417-533-2010. That's 417-533-2010. Big Johnson Power Washing, proud supporter of the Plato Eagles. Go Eagles!
Richland schools are very proud of the accomplishment of their students both academically and in athletics. Richland schools take pride in the fact that they encourage their students to be honest, hardworking, dedicated individuals, and to be drug-free. Richland schools also remind you that the future of our nation rests with these children. Support our children. This message is brought to you by Richland High School.
Back here once more at the Lakeway High School Gymnasium. A game of quarters, basically, here in this one. Iberia opens the game on a 16-0 run, outscores Newburgh 24-7 in the first quarter, but then a 24-10 quarter for Newburgh. How about 23-10 quarter for Newburgh in quarter number 2? They've brought it back to within 4. It is the number 5 seed Iberia Rangers, though, out in front at the moment, 34-30. Connor Harbin here with you, 97.9 The Source, joined, of course, by Gary Canance as we take a look here at some numbers from that first half. Again, I mentioned Newburgh just 7 points after the first quarter, but a 23-point second quarter to get their way back in. Leading the way, well, you're only Lady Wolf in double digits, but what a quarter she had. Akayla Cakeland, 19 points there in that first half. About 2/3 of the Newburgh points have come from her. 5 total threes here in this one, including a 4-for-4 performance in that second quarter. So Cakeland definitely letting them fly there at the moment. She's been joined by Mary Rosa. She has 6. And number 1, who I need to run down there and figure out before we start this second half.
Let me see if I can find that for you.
Okay, if you want to go ahead and do that for me, that'll be just great. But either way, our mystery player, number 1, she has got 5 here at the moment. I want to go ahead and try to guess based on heights, but I'd probably get it wrong. So we're just going to go ahead and hold off on that. Gary will have that in just a moment. But we take a look here at Iberia at the moment. 24 points in that first quarter, really came out flying. But we're kind of limited there in that second quarter. Newburgh kind of figuring them out on the defensive side of things. 34 total points, though, at the half. They've very much given themselves a chance here to win this ball game. Leading the way, 2 scores in double digits. Alexa Rowden really came out of the gate quickly there. She has 13 total points, 11 of which were in that first quarter, and 10 of which were in about the first 3 minutes or so. But Rowden having herself a good day today. Lainey Howley working inside. She's already into double digits as well. She has currently got 12 here on the day. 5 shots from the field, and then 2 for 3 from the free throw line. 3 other scores for the Lady Rangers. 4 points for Kay Humphrey, 2 points for Aislinn Bauer, and then 2 points for Tressie Brown in this contest. 34-30 our score here as Gary rejoins me here. Maybe we'll shed some light on who our number one might be. You're writing a name there. Ooh, you are. Jamie Ferris. There we go. I knew it, too. I knew it was Jamie Ferris because it's 5'5", and she was the shortest player out on the floor. But either way, Jamie Ferris, she does have 5 here in this contest. She's listed as number as well. But, hey, we're going to go ahead and take another break. When we come back, Gary, he'll go over some more numbers for us, and we'll get you all set up for the second half again. Iberia leads by 4, 34-30 over the Newburgh Lady Wolves. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Tournament, 97.9 The Source.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville.
Trust Husqvarna to handle the toughest jobs around your household. No matter the size of your yard or farm, S&D Feed and Small Engine Repair along with Husqvarna have you covered. When it comes to lawn care, they have the feed and seed to grow your lawn or farm, and the mowers, chainsaws, and weed eaters to keep your property looking its best. Visit S&D Feed and Small Engine Repair on West 4th Street in Dixon. Remember S&D, solutions for agri-need.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
For a free insurance review,
for auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Or come see me, John Gregory, in Crocker.
Students come and students go. Some start at the elementary level and continue in the same district until graduation. Others move in, some move out for a variety of reasons, but usually it's the parent's job that facilitates a family's move. Whatever the reason, the Iberia School District welcomes all students. At Iberia, students get the best possible education from a staff of dedicated teachers, coaches, and an administration that cares about the product they send out every May at graduation. Whether it's continuing their education in the military or the 9-to-5 world, the Iberia School District is proud of their Rangers and Lady Rangers.
It's again at Lakeway High School. We are at the half. Might have heard the buzzers. 2 minutes away from getting going here with our third quarter. 34-30 our score. Iberia leads by 4. Newburgh, they win the second quarter. Iberia wins the first quarter, but we got 2 more quarters to decide who's moving on to Thursday's semifinals. Gary, we have some more numbers from that second half.
Well, I know last night I did a lot of talking about really poor shooting percentages by basically all the teams that played last night in boys action. But in this game, you will not believe the shooting percentages. Actually, Newburgh was real cold early on in the first quarter play, but they went on and made up the difference, hit 11 out of 20 attempts for 55% from the field. That's good right now. And keeping in mind they shot 3-point shots in that too and didn't make them. For Iberia from the field, now catch on to this, they were 12 for 17 for 70.6% from the field. I'm just totally amazed. Of course, the reason that Newburgh was able to make the comeback late in the second quarter, the fact that Iberia had a lot of turnovers.
Yeah,
and committed fouls, and so that took the ball away from them for any more attempts, pretty much the latter part of the second quarter. But they finished the first half 12 for 17 from the field for 70.6%, and hit 5 out of 7 attempts from the free throw line, 71.4%. I would think they'd be happy with that, and they'd still have the lead. For Newburgh, they're 2 for 6 from the line for 33%. 8 turnovers for Iberia and 6 turnovers for Newburgh.
So we'll see who gets the better of who here in this second half as we get going here. Iberia sharing some final words with head coach Mike Austin. Newburgh, in fact, opting to kind of run through a drill real quick before the second half begins. So already set in motion. We'll see maybe if that's kind of a foreboding thing here. We'll see if Newburgh really tries to speed things up here. That's where they found success, on the press, forcing Iberia into mistakes. But if the Lady Rangers want to succeed, they got to find a way to get it inside, or maybe even to Alexa Rowden, who, of course, is your leading scorer for Iberia. But it is Newburgh with the basketball here. Cora Twyman going to give it off left wing over to Kayla Cakeland. Cakeland leading all scores in this one. She's got 19 total. Pass going right wing over to Twyman, trying to pass it inside, but the ball is tipped out of bounds. Stays with Newburgh here on the baseline. Cakeland inbound from the baseline, throws it in over to Rosa. Rosa guarded here by Hallie, but she travels with it. And it's a turnover to begin this one. Iberia takes control. Rowden with 13, Hallie with 12. And Humphrey with 4. Starters on the floor for both sides here. Tressie Brown brings it quickly into the corner, giving it off to Rowden, trying to go inside. Ball tipped back outside, though. Rosa face guarding down low there. Iberia might be looking for the lob. Callie Harris, though, on the help defense. That's something you and I talked about during the half. They need to do a better job of that. Here's a shot. Lainey Hallie, she's fouled. She'll still head to the line for 2. So when you're guarding a much taller player inside here, is how he does set up for the first of 2. You got to face guard. You got to either choose to guard behind or in front. Newburgh is opting to put somebody in front. That, of course, opens the lob over the top. If that is the case, one of the guards or somebody on the backside of the play needs to come up from behind and at least give yourself an opportunity to guard in case that lob comes through. That time it didn't work out for him, but it is what you need to be doing here. You got to create at least a little bit of resistance. But Hallie does sink both. She has 14 now. She now leads all Rangers. 14 points tonight. It's back to 6, 36-30 with 7:01 left to play. Here in this, of course, third quarter. Mary Rosa looking to drive in here. Shot left block. Blocked by Hallie. She'll come down with the rebound. Hallie will pass it off here to Brown. Brown coming up the floor. Back to Hallie. Back across over to Brown. Ball stripped away by Cakeland. Stays with Iberia.
Well, a very close ball game at this point, and the Lady Rangers in the lead. They've got the basketball right now. I've often heard coaches sometimes tell me that what happens in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter can decide a ball game.
Yeah, we definitely saw that yesterday, almost in that Vienna Crocker game. Here's a steal picked up by Newburgh. Mary Rosa coming up with a steal inside. Ball thrown down the floor. Callie Harris on the left block. Back outside to Rosa. Rosa looking for Cakeland here. Going to hand it off. Cakeland, a quick release. And will shoot from pretty much anywhere on the floor. Left wing over to Rosa. Screen set by Harris. Rosa takes the shot from the free throw line. Back to the rim. Rebounded by Hallie. Hallie under pressure off the rebound, but she's able to throw it on over. Brown takes control. She'll bring it up the right sideline. Followed by Cakeland. Now picks up the dribble. Pass goes up the sideline to Rowden. Rowden has it stripped, but a foul's called. Foul with the body called on Cora Twyman. Called for the push. Team foul number 2 charged to Newburgh. We see Cora Twyman check out. Jamie Ferris will check back in. Who, of course, as I mentioned, is that number 1 for you. All inbounded here. Aislinn Bauer to the right side. Brown. Brown guarded very closely by Cakeland. Newburgh playing very much man-to-man, but that also brings us another foul. Taylor Brookshire called for this one. So Newburgh picks up a third foul. Someone to watch out for there as well for Newburgh. They definitely led the way foul-wise. Can't afford to give Newburgh how about Iberia free chances? Here's an awkward shot. Laney Halley, though, gets her own rebound, trying to go back up. She puts it in.
Amazing.
Missed the first shot, but didn't miss the second. And she's got Iberia back up by 8, 38-30. Jamie Ferris, right wing, looking to drive. Lost it, picked up by Rowden. Newburgh a bit back to their old ways here. Several turnovers already in the quarter, although Tressie Brown having a little bit of trouble bringing it back up the floor. Eventually pass it off here to Rowden. Cakeland has to be careful here as Rowden moves toward her left. It's the other side of the floor. Brown, here comes the lob to Halley. Halley catches it on the block, throws up the shot. Good. 40-30 now our score. It's back up to double digits here. 6-0 run to start the quarter here for Iberia. Jamie Ferris on the right wing, sitting up for three. No, too far to the left, off the rim, out of bounds it goes. Ball back to the Lady Rangers. Well, if you're Newburgh, gotta remember what got you back into this one in the first place. That time, got the open three. Not a bad shot by any means. Ferris has hit one of them.
I'm going with the man-to-man right here, though.
Going with the man-to-man here. Cakeland running around, guarded now by Brown. Alexa Rowden looking for the three. Much too hard. Good box out there for Brookshire. She brings in the rebound. Brookshire pass down the floor, finding Cakeland now. Cakeland looking to drive all the way to the basket. Underhand layup. Good. Kayla Cakeland with her first two. First player across the 20-point line tonight. And it's back to single digits here at 40-32. Aislinn Bauer, now Laney Halley, top of the key. To the right side, Brown. Brown going to put the ball on the floor. She comes to her right. Lob inside to Rowden this time. Rowden throws up the shot, but she's fouled. She's going to go shoot two. Another foul here charged to Newburgh. That's going to be the third called against Mary Rosa. Bauer takes the first of two. It's good. Rowden, perfect from the free throw line tonight. 5 for 5 now. Iberia fairly consistent from the free throw line here tonight. Only a couple misses for him. Second free throw is also good. It's back to 10, 42-32. 15 points for Alexa Rowden halfway through this third quarter. It's a 10-point Iberia lead. Ferris, right wing, coming to her left. Free throw line, into the middle of the lane. Puts up the shot, front of the rim, no good. Rebounded, though, underneath by, that was Harris. Harris is fouled. And we'll see two free throws now for Callie Harris. Will be the first foul charge to Iberia in this half. This one's going to be called upon Ayla Russell, her first. Harris takes the first, puts it through. This game's actually seen good free throws. Well, I say that. Then I noticed under 50% for Newburgh tonight. Second free throw is no good. I may have jinxed it. 1 for 2 this time, but that brings it back to 9 now. Moving toward the right here, Brown back over to Rowden now. Rowden to the left baseline, turns back around. Up top to Brown, back to Rowden. Rowden the open three over the top of Harris. Got it. Alexa Rowden, another three. Make that 4 threes for her. 18 points. We're back to 12, 45-33. Ferris coming to her right here. Screen set by Harris. Free throw line, trying to go inside to Harris, but she brings it back out to the corner. Left wing Ferris. Now Cakeland. Cakeland, right elbow, out to the corner. Step back three. No, rims out. Loose rebound, brought in by Humphrey. Cakeland looking for that 6-3 of the game. Didn't get it there. And here comes Iberia. Rowden, left wing, turning around to her right. Up top, over to Brown. Brown moving over to Bauer. Bauer to the right elbow. Humphrey now, off to the left corner. Another wide open three. Got that one. Back-to-back threes for Alexa Rowden. 48-33, and just like that, we're back to 15. And we'll have a timeout taken here by Newburgh. This game has been a game of runs. At no point have we traded baskets here in this ball game. It's either all or nothing for these two sides. But at the moment, it is very much the Iberia Lady Rangers. Back to 15 we go, 48-33. We'll take 30. We'll come back in just a moment. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 tournament, 97.9 The Source.
As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Coming out of the timeout here, taken by Newburgh. Lady Wolves, they again trail by 15. Here's a shot blocked. Ferris trying to go through the middle of the lane. Shot blocked by Humphrey. Iberia comes up with the basketball. Rowden throws it off here to Hallie. 2.5 left to go in the third. Again, 48-33 your score. As Caitlin gets her hand on the pass, out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Brown, so it comes back with the Lady Wolves. Well, in the first quarter, Newburgh kind of forgot what they needed to do to win. Then they remembered, and then they've kind of forgotten again a little bit here. Although Iberia, they've certainly got hot again from the field. That has a large part to do with it here, but Newburgh's been a lot less decisive on offense. Ferris, three-pointer from the right corner. That's going to be too hard. No good. Ball ends up out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Iberia. And the Lady Wolves will get another crack at it. Fortunately, if you're a Newburgh faithful here, you can't really rely on your team shooting your way back into it. Got to play some solid defense, and that's also been a bit of a struggle during this run. Trying to pass it off here to Rosa, ends up bouncing off of her foot there. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Hallie. Another turnover for Newburgh. Hallie moving toward the right side here. She'll bring it across before throwing it off to Brown. Lob pass into the corner here. Three-pointer, too short. Rebounded by Harris. She'll find the outlet over in Ferris. Ferris, though, just straight up lost the dribble. It's picked up by Hallie. Ball thrown off here to Brown. Brown over to the left wing. Brown on over now to Rowden. Rowden coming up to the wing. Picked up by Harris. Trying to pass it inside. Ball tipped away, but Hallie runs it down before the sideline. Off to Rowden for three. No, too short. Rebounded by Caitlin. Caitlin has it poked out of bounds, but Newburgh retains control. Rowden looking for that 6-3 of the game herself. It's really been a 3-point shooting contest tonight between Caitlin and Rowden. Again, Rowden had the first quarter. Caitlin had the second. Rowden's had the third. Wonder if that trend continues into the fourth. Jamie Ferris, again, that mid-lane runner. Got it. Going back to the well there for Jamie Ferris. Another twofer. The freshman's got 7 now. Back to 13, 48-35. Whistle, jump ball called. Mary Rosa jumping the pass. He's knocked back into the Iberia bench there. Jump ball keeps the ball with Iberia. Newburgh fans getting a little testy over there, but I'd say they were kind of lucky there she wasn't tagged for the foul. Lob pass off the inbounds play. Hallie off to Humphrey. Nice dish. Good for 2. Humphrey's got 6. 50-35. 45 seconds left to go in the third. Ferris, right wing. Free throw line now. Picks up the dribble inside over to Harris. Harris turns around, finds a shot. That's good. Harris's first shot from the field. He's got 3 now. 50-37. Tressie Brown catching it in stride. Moving very fast down the right sideline, but Caitlin able to cut it off. Here's Hallie. Bringing it over to the right wing, to the corner now. Brown driving baseline, throws up the runner. Blocked by Harosa, and she'll come down with it. 15 seconds left to go here in the period. Here comes Akayla Caitlin. Might she go coast to coast? Throws up the runner. No good off the rim. Rebounded, though, underneath. Coming up with it, Twyman. Twyman off to Caitlin here for 3. No, too far to the right. Long rebound again, brought in by Rosa. Caitlin going to try again. That one's no good, but there for the rebound at Terrace. She'll put it in to end the quarter. So, does Newburgh have an 11-point comeback in them here today? Lead 50-39. We'll see if Iberia can hang on. We'll see if the 5 seed can come out victorious once again. It happened yesterday. Newburgh ended up on top, but Iberia trying to do the same here tonight. We'll take 60, come right back. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 tournament right here, 97.9 The Source.
Your car is still the one. You love everything about her, except for that. From when Ben dropped his milkshake, and that. From when you tried to transport that sharp thing. And that's always in the air thanks to your shotgun rider, Earl. Luckily, we can fix that.
Reeves Auto Upholstery, serving both Lebanon and Richland with decades of experience. There's no job too big or too small, because they've seen it all.
Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the products and services and savings they offer their friends and families, like eClub. Sign up today and keep up to date on special promotions and events. Log on to tcmarkets.com and find every store's weekly ads right at your fingertips. Print off coupons to save even more money. Check them out on Facebook. Browse recipes too. Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the area youth and proud to be a part of their communities.
It truly takes a lot to make a public school
Throws as we
good,
get
but
back to it here.
Stoutland is
8
working
minutes
on
to
not
decide a
just
winner.
making it good,
Our
but
first
making
game
it
of the Class
great.
2
They've
District
implemented
9
many
tournament.
things at the best
Fouls
interest
called
of
on
each and
Alexa
every
Rowden,
student,
her
like a full-day
fourth.
school week, as well as making
Heading to the line
ongoing
here, Jamie
improvements to
Ferris.
enhance
First
the
one's up,
safety
first
and
one's
security
good.
of
Back
each
to 10
student,
we go,
such as a
50-40.
single point of entry,
Connor
security
Harvard here with you,
resource
97.9 The
officers
Source,
on
alongside
hand. They have
Gary
also
Canance, of
implemented
course.
new programs to provide more opportunities for their students, such
Newberg
as
had brought it
accelerated
back to
courses
within
and
4,
dual credits,
fell
just to
back
name a
behind
few.
by
So when you are
15,
looking at a public
and at the
school,
moment it's
don't
10.
just appeal to the good.
Free
Look for
throws
the great
missed,
and
jump
partner
ball off
with
the
them to
rebound.
be a more viable
Iberia,
part
though,
of
does
your
take
community.
over.
Stoutland School is just that, a great
No
school.
control
Good
here,
luck,
7:49 to
Tigers.
go.
We are proud of
Newberg.
you.
It's not changed for most of the game. Inbounds pass stolen by Cakeland. Left side, layup, missed it. Missed the bunny. An easy 2 points missed, but here's another ball tipped. Iberia comes up with it. Cakeland up the floor. She will be fouled. No, it's a foul called against Newberg. That might be number 4 on Cakeland, and it is. So there you go. Your leading scorers now with 4 fouls apiece. That might be a big thing to watch for here in this quarter. Tressie Brown takes the inbounds pass. One-on-one here. Cakeland cuts her off. Pass off to Hallie. Hallie driving through here. Might have traveled with it. And here's a shot. Yeah, that was definitely a travel missed, but it's going to be 2 free throws for Iberia. Surprisingly,
I started to
not
say,
as
how
much.
many steps do you get? It's called walking.
Foul's going to be charged here. The initial calls on Mary Rosa, who would be another big loss here for Newberg. Going to say not as much hullabaloo over what was definitely a travel there than what some of the other calls that have been protested here tonight.
Or it was just an NBA.
Or, yeah,
move.
it's a Euro step. Everything's a Euro step.
Yeah.
You can kind of just hand wave like 90% of travels in the NBA by just claiming it's a Euro step. But it is Kay Humphrey at the line. She does hit the first. I love the NBA. Don't get me wrong. I love all forms of basketball. But to say there's a bit of a traveling issue, well, I'd tell you you're probably right. 52-40 now as Humphrey does hit both. Humphrey tonight, make that 8 points for her. 12-point advantage. Ferris to the free throw line. Going up now to the left block here. Harris looking to work. Guarded by Hallie. Trying to get it back out to the corner. It's stolen away. Iberia, though, throws it away themselves. Newberg's got it. Jamie Ferris. That's going to be a long 2. Got it to go. Ferris, another bucket for her tonight. Freshman, I think she's in the double digits now. Yep, 10 points for Ferris.
Wow.
All of which have come in this second half. Nope, excuse me. That was a complete lie to you. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Iberia. Newberg ball. Ferris, in fact, had 5 points in the first half and 5 in this second half. Timeout taken here by Coach Austin and the Iberia Lady Rangers. Leading by 10, but again, Newberg, they control the basketball. Back in 60 we go. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 basketball tournament, 97.9 The Source.
When it comes to great deals on the best-selling trucks 46 years running, Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert has your back. I'm Mike Freeman, and I'd like to invite you to come in during Ford Truck Month. Hurry in now to take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on new 2022 F-150s, or choose 3.9 for 72 months plus a $1,000 Ford rebate and huge Ed Morse discounts. For a truckload of savings, don't miss Truck Month going on now at Ed Morse Ford St. Robert. Get backed by Morse today. Offer ends March 31st.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Back here at Lakeway, Iberia Coming out of the timeout here, they lead by 10, but Newburgh controls the basketball 52-42 with 6:45 left on the clock. We are in the fourth quarter, first game of this Class 2 District 9 tournament. Kayla Cakeland, three-pointer, contested three, front of the rim, no good, but a loose rebound is brought in by Rosa. Rosa, another offensive rebound. Does she have the putback? No, it's rebounded here by Hallie. Rolled on the rim for what seemed like an eternity before eventually falling out. Here comes Brown up the left sideline here, cutting back to her right, guarded here by Ferris. Next, Newburgh foul would lead to a 1-and-1. They pass out of the trap. Aislinn Bauer with it. Bauer going up to the top of the key over to Ayla Russell. Russell back now, but a travel's called against Iberia. Ayla Russell called for traveling. And the Lady Wolves again with a chance to bring this lead back to single digits. Jamie Ferris starts the dribble here, dribbling in place. Right corner of Kayla Cakeland. Now guarded by Brown, moving toward her left. To the free throw line, step back jumper for two, got it. Back to 8 we go. Kayla Cakeland, 23 now tonight. Still leading all the scores. Iberia throws it away. Cakeland's got it. No, Iberia has it. Bauer picks it back up. Whistle. Foul called against. No, it's called against. What's called here? Did they say she's out of bounds? I think that is what's called.
Okay.
My heart stopped there for Newburgh. Thought they had called the foul on Cakeland.
Well, it looked like it to me.
And it looked like it was, but I think out of bounds was the call. And so Newburgh gets it back. 8 points the advantage. Jamie Ferris, right corner, moving toward her left. Screen set by Rosa. Going underneath. Callie Harris, block to block over to Rosa. Woo! Woof, woof, woof. Where is the foul on that one? Coach Benson's incensed over there, and honestly, can't say I blame her. So we get a warning now over there against the Newburgh bench, and I'll say...
Well, I heard foul shouted from the bench.
No, and she would be right. That was a foul 155% with the body. But Iberia does take over. Out of bounds, the official call. As the ball is inbounded here to Brown. Brown off to Rowden here. Rowden running into Twyman. Gets it back over and across the line over to Bauer. Bauer inside Humphrey. Shot over Harris. Whistle and a foul. 2 free throws now for Iberia.
Well, at the time that the press was broken there, Iberia had a 2-on-1 advantage down by the goal in the lane and all that, but that shot there by Humphrey throws a foul.
Humphrey airballs the first free throw. No good. So we'll stay a single-digit lead no matter what here. I'll say... I thought we were going to get a tech, and I thought I was going to flash back to next week. Because the second free throw is also no good. Just hate to see missed calls like that. You just do. Here's Cakeland, and I'll admit we have the eye in the sky on this one. There's a foul, maybe a makeup call, as we'll inbound the ball from the baseline.
Cakeland going coast to coast on that drive.
Fouls on Kay Humphrey, number 2 on her. Ball's inbounded here, Harris. Harris scoops it up here, has no dribble, but over to Cakeland it goes. 3-pointer, left corner, no good. Rosa in there on the rebound, knocked it loose. Ferris has it. Her shot's no good. Cakeland flying in there, ball out of bounds. Lady Rangers take control. Alley to inbound, going in, trying to go into Rowden. Knocked loose away by Twyman. Out of bounds. We'll try it again from the opposite side of the Newburgh basket. Iberia running their press breaker here, having trouble finding a target here. Might have to take a timeout, but they get it in just in time over to Rowden. Rowden trying to go up the floor here. Ball's knocked away, out of bounds, but they'll say it still is in possession of Iberia. Iberia having some trouble with this press break. But they do move it up the floor to the sideline now. 4:56 left to go. Lead is 8. Ball comes in. Tressie Brown going over toward her right. Moving back to the left now, comes across half court, met by Cakeland, but passes it over to the left wing, over to Rowden. Wing to wing, over to Bauer now, trying to go inside. Here's Hallie. Hallie one dribble, travel with it, ball back to Newburgh. Lady Wolves, another opportunity here.
Well, the Wolves want to come back. The Lady Wolves want to come back and win this. They need to start making their move pretty soon.
It is a 3-possession ball game, something to note. 2-pointer, 3-pointer, either one does get it back to 2. 2 possessions, that is. Kayla Cakeland moving toward her right. Deep, deep 3. No, too far to the right. Rebound, though, by Rosa. One dribble into contact. Bucket in the foul. Mary Rosa. Tell you what, she has been impressive on the offensive glass tonight. Gets the bucket, gets the foul, has a chance at a three-point play, can make it 5. Foul is on Kay Humphrey, her third. Team fourth as she misses the free throw. Chance for an offensive rebound. Cakeland brings it in. So maybe another opportunity here for Newburgh. Here comes Ferris. Ferris walked with it, and Iberia takes over. Six points, 52-46. We're officially halfway through this fourth quarter. Rowden inbounds the ball to the corner. Here's Halley. Halley zips it across the baseline over to, that's going to be Bauer. Bauer has it stripped away by Cakeland. Cakeland coming in here. Left side layup is good. Back to 4. And that'll be a timeout taken here by Iberia. So, what is this game? The first quarter, it is all Iberia. The second quarter, it is all Newburgh. The third quarter, it's all Iberia. And just like that, Newburgh's brought it back to within 4 here in the fourth. It's a game of runs, Gary. That's all we've had here tonight.
4 minutes left in the fourth quarter play. Timeout. I'm not sure if it's a minute timeout or 30-second timeout.
It is a full timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. We've talked through most of it already, but yeah, I mean, this has been a game where really it's just whoever gets the last run of it. And right now, the ball is very much in Newburgh's court. It seems like they have the momentum. Iberia has led this ball game coast to coast tonight. Remember, open this game up on a 16-0 run. It was almost 6 minutes into this game that Newburgh found themselves their very first basket. This game has been nothing short of incredible. And, you know, that's been a trend here today. Or should I say this week thus far? I know it's still very early on in the week. But it's simply been an incredible 4 games or so. From the comeback, the almost comeback in the Crocker-Vienna game, the first game between Iberia and Newburgh. That game was never, I believe the largest lead in the first game between these two teams on the boys' side of things was 5, was it not? Just crazy, crazy, crazy. Tournament basketball, it's very hard to beat. Getting back to it here, Iberia, they control the basketball. Ball thrown up the right sideline. Tressie Brown brings it in. She'll take things slow as she comes across half court. Further up the sideline, now over to Rowden. Inside, going to go over to Halley. Halley over to the left wing here. Bauer, open 3. Rims out, no good. Offensive rebound, whistle foul. 2 free throws incoming for the Lady Rangers. Who was that one called on? Callie Harris picks up her third. And it is going to be Tressie Brown to the line, shooting 2. Brown, again, one of the younger players on this Iberia roster. It's a very young roster in general. Hits the first, makes it a 5-point ball game. Sophomore. 3 points tonight for her now. Second free throw. Rims out, no good. Rebounded by Cakeland. Newburgh now trailing here by 5. Cakeland to the left wing. Steps back. Thought about the 3. Instead, Ferris takes the jumper. Left baseline. Got it. To 3 we go. 53-50. Ferris now with 12. Halley, bounce pass over to Rowden. Rowden taking her time. Now going to put the ball on the floor. Cakeland has to be careful. Remember, both players with 4 fouls.
Full court, man-to-man, too.
Yes, need to get it across quickly. Needs to beat the 10 count. Timeout taken by Iberia. They got it in just in time. And they'll keep control with 3:17 to go. Another timeout taken here by Iberia. This one's going to be a 30. Let's take 32. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Tournament, 97.9 The Source.
New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple, $4.49. This and more at your Napa parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Back here after the Iberia timeout, I should say, to beat the 10 count. This time they'll bring it across half court. Connor Harvick, Gary Canance with you here. 3:08 left to go, 53-30. Newburgh, they trail by 3. Iberia, they've led the entire length of the game. Bauer going to go inside here. Humphrey right back up top over to Rowden. To Brown inside Halley. Halley turn around. The shot is good.
He's got it.
Allie, very little resistance on that basket. She's got another two, 55-50. We're under 3 minutes to go. Jamie Ferris, left wing. Setting up the offense here. Cakeland, top of the key, guarded very closely by Brown. Pass to Rosa. Rosa turns around. Looking for Cakeland instead. One dribble off to Ferris. Ferris for three is no good over the top of the backboard. Catches a wire. Ball over to Iberia. Now to inbound. Again in some trouble here. Needs to pass it quickly. One more, and that should be a 5. They got it in. They got it in just in time here. Routing up the floor. Ball lost out of bounds. It's Newberg ball. Woo. Cakeland just straight up running by Rowden. Their hands wide open in the air. You can tell she's trying to avoid that 5th foul.
Oh, yeah.
But Cakeland, she is a very aggressive player, and that shows even now. 2:17 to go. Newberg trailing by 2 possessions here at 5. Ball goes inside Harris. Harris one dribble off to Rosa. Standing on the right elbow. Guarded here by Howley. Drives in. Shot over the top. No good, but a foul. 2 free throws incoming here for Mary Rosa.
2:05 left on the fourth quarter clock. It's getting down to crunch time for both teams.
Foul is on Lainey Howley. Her first. Team 5th. And it is Rosa shooting 2. First free throw up and away. Got it. Back to 4. Rosa, another point tonight. She's got 9. Rosa, 5'8" junior. Second free throw is also good. So Rosa joins the double-digit club tonight. Officially 10 points. Tressie Brown off to the baseline once more. Here's Howley. Howley back up to Brown. Brown dribbling across here. Lost it, but they're going to call a foul here on Ferris. It's going to be 1-1 for Tressie Brown.
Well, it is a 1-possession lead now for Iberia. It's gotten down to that, but they have a chance at the free throw line to go up on top by 2 possessions.
Yeah, 2 possessions, not a killer just yet for Newberg. We still have 2 full minutes left to be played. Here's the first free throw, though. Got it to go. So, 2 possessions now, the lead. 56-52. It'll remain 2 possessions regardless of the result here. 4, 5. We'll see. Free throw, front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Rosa. It'll be 4. Brown now 2 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. And here comes Cakeland up the center of the floor. She's picked up here by Brown. Off to Rosa. Rosa back to Cakeland. Looking for 3. No, too short. Loose rebound. Hauled in by Rosa. Rosa dribbling through the double team. Whistle. Foul. Did they count the bucket? Did they? I didn't see an indication.
On the floor.
They're going to call it on the floor here, but it is going to be a foul. Charge to Lainey Howley. Her second, team 6th. So Newberg to end it bound here from the baseline. Ball knocked loose, out of bounds, but remains with Newberg.
Well, we can hear the coaches from the floor.
Yes, we can, definitely. Sending in some orders here. Mary Rosa off to Callie Harris. Open 3. No, too far. Another offensive rebound. Mary Rosa, though. Rosa bringing it back out to the right wing. Off to Cakeland. Cakeland, the pump fake, moving toward her left. Screen set by Twyman. Cakeland coming back over to the right now. Cuts back to the left. Shot from the left elbow. Pushed it through. No good. Rebounded by Howley. Howley going to her left. Throws it up the floor, but throws it away. No. Rowden able to save it. Finds Bauer. Bauer Humphrey wide open underneath. Got it. And I'll tell you what, they almost threw it away. But Alexa Rowden moving up the sideline, able to save it. And from there, Newberg had put all their eggs into the basket, stealing it right then and there. That means Kay Humphrey wide open on the right block to put it in for an easy 2. We're back to 6. It's 58-52. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Come right back. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Tournament, 97.9 The Source.
If you're looking for a great career with great benefits, now is the time. The Newberg R2 School District has great career opportunities for you. Newberg School District is now hiring substitute teachers, bus drivers, and custodians. You are invited to become part of the Newberg School District Wolfpack. Apply online at newberg.k12.mo.us or call 573-762-9653. Newberg R2 School District, 701 Wolf Pride Drive.
Back here at Lakeway High School, it's now a 6-point ball game. A minute 12 to be had here on the clock. 58-52 in favor of the Iberia Lady Rangers. They have led the entire ball game. Just trying to close it out here against a Newburgh Lady Wolves team that just will not die. Finding their way back into it each time from double digits. But for Newburgh, the question is, can you get over the hump? It's not good enough to get back to within 6. You have to tie or take the lead. Here comes Cakelin. Layup, no good. Gets her own rebound. Second try of asking. She's fouled. Cakelin to the line, shooting 2. Now, she makes both here. Stays 2 possessions. But still a minute 4 on the clock.
And
not panic mode just yet.
Yeah, it will not be ticking while she's shooting, so.
Yeah, anytime you can stop the clock, that's definitely nice, as Kay Humphrey picks up number 4. First free throw for Cakelin, it's good. You'll always take the opportunity to stop the clock and shoot some free throws.
Oh, yeah.
It's never a bad thing. Second free throw, also good. So Cakelin add another 2 to her total tonight. She's got 27 in this one. Half the team's points. We'll have a foul. We'll go shoot 2 on the other side. Who will shoot? I think it will be Aislinn Bauer. Foul was on Cora Twyman, her third.
2 seconds ticked off the clock on that. And strategy here for Newburgh is that she does not get the free throw shot.
First one's good.
Times in, yeah.
First one rims in. Bauer now 1 of 2 from the free throw line tonight. She's got 3 total. Can make it 6 once more with a made free throw here. Back of the rim, rims out. Cakelin's got the rebound, so it stays 5. 59-54. Cakelin on the attack, going all the way in. Underhanded layup. She's fouled. Back to the line for 2. And only 6 seconds run off the clock there.
Wow.
Honestly, it's not the worst strategy in the world, although you are heavily relying right now on Iberia missing some free throws down the stretch. And that's going to be number 5 on Rowden. So, able to hold off on it for quite a while, but Rowden does finally pick up that 5th. She'll foul out tonight. 21 total points, but Cakelin does miss the first free throw. Had a chance to bring it back to within 1 possession with a couple makes. But this time, the best she can do is 4. Second free throw is good. 4 points once more, 59-55. Hallie to pass it in. Bounce pass, finds Brown up the middle of the floor, pushing it forward there. Ball stripped by Cakelin, but it finds the hands of Bauer. Bauer back to Brown, she'll be fouled. And we'll head to the line for 2. I believe Tressie Brown will shoot. So that foul's called on Jamie Ferris, her 4th. Fouls, they're starting to add up here. Brown heads to the line, 2 for 4 tonight. First one's up. First one is good. 60-55 now. Stays 2 possessions either way, but of course 6 means 2 threes. Second free throw is also good. 61-55. Here comes Cakelin, pushing up the middle of the floor, going all the way to the basket here, going through, pushing through contact, blocking foul, 2 more free throws for Cakelin, and another 5 seconds off the clock.
She's doing everything she can. A 3-point shot, had they been able to get loose for a 3-point shot, would have cut the lead in half for Iberia and made it a 1-possession lead. First free throw is good from the free throw line for Cakelin.
Yeah, Cakelin from the broadcaster school of you don't need a 3 at the moment. Second free throw, no good. Fighting for the offensive rebound, though, of a jump ball. That's arrow back toward Newburgh. So hold on here. Newburgh can perhaps bring it back to within 1 possession here if they find either a 2 or a 3. Either one will work. Here comes Cakelin, inbounds it. Rosa able to seal her defender, but she missed the bunny, and it's rebounded by Humphrey.
Yeah,
a huge missed opportunity there as we'll have a foul, and we'll head back over to the other side for 2 free throws. They got the play they wanted, but they unfortunately missed the bunny.
She was wide open, too.
Foul is going to be on Callie Harris. She did have Humphrey breathing down her neck there. She was able to seal her off, but unfortunately just didn't hit the shot. That's why you practice those. They're not gimmies. First free throw here for Humphrey is good. 6 points now, and with a second free throw. Rolls out, stays 2 possessions. Ball popped around, picked up by Cakelin, but she'll be fouled. And tell you what, that's a good move. That's a good thing if you're Newburgh. Only a second ran off the clock here. As now you get to come back. Is going to be on Lainey Halley. No, excuse me, Kay Humphrey, who now fouls out. This game does go the distance. If somehow Newburgh finds its way back in, we got to start talking about Iberia dropping bodies like flies right now. That's Rowden gone. That's Humphrey gone. But good news for Iberia, you're still in the lead. First free throw is good for Kay once more. It's good. 4 points. Ball quickly inbounded to Brown. Brown going to be fouled. Let's go shoot 2 with 33.5. Romantic. Isn't it so fun how we've taken 15 minutes for the final minute? I'm not saying it's a bad thing here, as Jamie Ferris will now foul out of the ball game for Newburgh with her 5th. I'm not saying it's a bad thing per se, but it can slow games down a little bit. We've had Crocker standing over there in the corner for about an eternity now.
And Brookshire comes back into the ball game for Newburgh.
Yeah, first time we've seen Taylor Brookshire in this second half. Brown does hit the first. Back to 5 now, 63-58. Number 2 is also good. Tell you what, Tressie Brown's free throw shooting down the stretch has been wonderful. Here comes Akayla Cakeland, going to be picked up by Brown. Moving over to the left wing, spins back to her right. Timeout taken by Newburgh, 28.2 seconds here to go.
I think right now Newburgh needs to hit a 3-point shot and cut that lead down to 3.
Well, yeah, with Iberia shooting the way they are from the free throw line at the moment, you're kind of just delaying the inevitable.
Right.
At this point, you're only hitting 2 points at a time. Then you have to foul because you're not finding the steal. Then they hit 2. You come back. You hit 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Eventually, you're going to run out of 2-second plays. Mm-hmm. Eventually, that clock's going to hit 0. So I think I agree with you to a certain extent here. I think you need a 3. Do you need it? Do you need it? No. But do you want it?
No.
Do you want
it a one-possession lead, Iberia?
Yeah.
And maybe, hopefully, on the part of Newburgh, hopefully with a steal, a turnover there, and they can hit a 3 to tie before the buzzer. But that's all.
Yeah, right now for Newburgh, you're really hoping on a lot of different variables. This is not a good situation for any means if you're Newburgh, but they will have the basketball here, and they do have 28 seconds. I think it all starts here. You cannot let too much clock run off here. Whatever you do, 2, 3, 1 point from the free throw line, whatever you choose to do here, the shot needs to go up in a hurry. Kayla Cakeland taking the inbounds pass, coming over top of the key. Going to take the 3. Here we go. Sunk it! Back to 3, 64-61. Newburgh quickly inbounding it here. Foul. Charge to Taylor Brookshire, trying to take the charge. Didn't get it. And we'll head to the line here. Who is that going to be? Aislinn Bauer for 2.
19.1 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that entire sequence, another 9 seconds off the clock here. As Aislinn Bauer steps up. How is her day going from the line? 1 for 3. Maybe a player you wanted to get to the situation here. First free throw. No, it's good. Well, just like the rest of Iberia, the free throw shooting, it's been there for him.
That was the 26th free throw for Iberia in the ball game.
Yeah, of course, noting lots of these have been intentional fouls down the stretch, but they've been able to make them. Not this one, though. Ball out of bounds. Who touched it? It's last touched by Newburgh, they'll say. Our officials will get together here. The initial call was Iberia ball, and now they'll give it back over to Newburgh. Iberia 65, Newburgh 61. It's a 4-point ball game. 3 brings it back to 1. Pass down the floor here. Rosa has to run it down. Coming back across half court. Timeout taken by Coach Benson. 15.8 now on the clock.
In motion for this. This time, it's probably the whole ball game, of course, is going to be decided in the next 15
I thought you were about to say this one's over, and I was about to say, absolutely not. I know you quit on ball games a little bit earlier than I do. If the Frisco League tournament was any... Yeah, I would say don't quit on this. Because a bucket here brings it back to 1 possession. 2 or 3, but I will say, with the way Iberia is shooting free throws right now, I would feel more secure with a 3-pointer. 3-pointer, obviously, then the intentional foul. It makes it 3 points if Iberia sinks both. You give yourself a chance to come back, maybe tie the game with a last-second bucket. We'll see what they do. But right now, it's all just about getting back to within 1 possession. Here's Cakeland on the right wing here. Step back 3. Does she have it? Contact made, no whistle. Rebound picked up by Rosa. Rosa on the baseline here, into a jump ball. No, they called a foul. And it's Mary Rosa to the line, shooting 2. 7.6 here on the clock.
And if she gets both of the free throws, it'll be a 2-point lead for Iberia. This one's going down to the wire.
Again, 7.6 seconds on the clock. Rosa shooting 2. First one's good. Back to 4-3. Back to a one-possession game, 65-62. Rosa tonight, she's got 11. Second free throw now. It's up and away. It is no good. Rims out. Rebounded here by Russell. She'll immediately be fouled. A second and a half runs off. 5.8 now left to go.
Rebound there.
Yeah, very important you bring that one in here. A free throw pretty much does it. She's going to get 2 tries at it. You hit 1, 2 possessions. 5.8, I think it's too much to ask to go the full length of the court, throw up a shot, and then get, obviously, well, you don't have any timeouts. So
I think that
you make a free throw here, it's done.
5.8 seconds left on the clock.
First one's up. It is good off the back of the rim. And that'll pretty much do it here for Iberia.
I have never seen such red-hot shooting by any team in a ball game that Iberia's had.
That's Russell's first point. She'll make it 2 from the line. And that'll be a timeout taken by Iberia. So, remember, Newburgh, no timeouts. And so, if you're Coach Austin right now, you're basically telling your team, let Newburgh score.
Yeah.
They cannot stop the clock.
That's true.
So, this one's pretty much done and dusted. I don't know how many different ways we can kind of say it here, Gary, but Newburgh unfortunately just put themselves in, well, actually, yeah. I mean, if you're Coach Austin, you're literally saying if the shot's made, get the rebound or take the ball and then stand under your basket. Well, you literally don't have to inbound here. You don't have to. This one's pretty much done. And Coach Austin's just making sure his players know you don't have to inbound on a make.
But Newburgh's not going to give up here and let go.
Obviously not. Why would you here? Here's Cakeland moving up the sideline here. 3 seconds, going to throw up the half-court shot. It is no good off the front of the rim. And Iberia, first game, 27-point loss. Second game, a 17-point loss. The third time around, a 5-point victory when it matters most. They advance to face Lakeway in Thursday's semifinal. That's what we wait for in the postseason. That's why we play the postseason. Of course, Gary and I will go ahead and add up our books. We'll come back. We'll do what we always do. We'll wrap this one up and get you all set for game number 2. Of course, Gary will have the call for that one. Crocker and Vienna. But again, your final score, Iberia 67, Newburgh 62. Back in a moment. You're listening to Class 2 District 9 Basketball Tournament, 97.9 The Source.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard. For over 50 years, Post Pawn in St. Robert has been offering the best prices in the area on firearms, ammunition, and shooting and reloading supplies. Also find new and used military clothing and gear, as well as pre-owned power tools and compound bows, and new and used musical instruments and supplies. Get a 90-day layaway on anything. And if you have your guns shipped to Post Pawn or selling them to another individual, they only charge a $25 transfer fee. That's Post Pawn in the Gateway Shopping Center in St. Robert.
Pests can really bug you. I know they bug me. But you can get rid of all types of pests and protect your family, home, and environment by calling the folks at A to Z Exterminating. A to Z Exterminating provides the best pet and human-friendly treatments 7 days a week and education to help you keep your home pest-free. And, of course, reasonable prices. A to Z Exterminating for your home or lawn, whether it's an emergency or you want to schedule an appointment. Call today at 573-336-4448. A to Z Exterminating, offering the best service throughout the area.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles,
You wouldn't think so,
it's a
but-
relief to see that big old tree you've always loved, still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
At Phelps Health Heart and Vascular Center, we're here to keep your heart healthy. Preventing, detecting, and caring for conditions like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, chest pain, and shortness of breath, the Phelps Health Heart and Vascular Center offers innovative care and cutting-edge technology designed to produce the best possible health outcomes for you and your loved ones. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more. Phelps Health, your health, our mission.
Back here once more at Lakeway High School. We are in between ball games here. Our first game is in the books. It's an Iberia victory for the second straight night. Our number 5 seed. They'll be the ones moving on to face the number 1 seed. This time on the girls' side, it's going to be the Iberia Lady Rangers. They defeat the Newburgh Lady Wolves 67-62. Connor Harbert, Gary Canance, back with you here. 97.9 The Source. 12 minutes between games here as we wait for the start of Crocker and Vienna, but we wrap this one up as we take a look at your individual scoring numbers for this first contest. For Newburgh, again, well, I think the story of this game is that they put themselves in too deep of a hole, and usually that happens maybe once. This game, it happened twice. 2 times they found themselves down by 15 points. Both times they were almost able to dig their way back in. They did fall just a little bit short in this one. 7 points at the end of the first quarter, 30 at the half, 39 at the end of the third, and then 62 total points here for this ball game. Leading the way, how about Akayla Cakeland? Sophomore, by the way. Akayla Cakeland, she's going to have herself a lovely career here for the Newburgh Lady Wolves. 31 points. Exactly half of your team's points today coming from the hands of Akayla Cakeland. Also joined in double digits tonight by Jamie Ferris, the freshman. Maybe Newburgh maybe looking toward the future now, with Ferris, the freshman, picking up 12 points here tonight. And then Mary Rosa, who will be coming back next year, she finishes with 11 as well. Maybe even a double-double for Rosa. I don't keep track of rebounds, but I feel like she had herself above 10 rebounds here today. Definitely about 5 or 6 offensive rebounds, so a good performance from Rosa on the boards and in the paint overall. 5 points for Callie Harris. She brings up the rear there in the scoring. 4 scores tonight, 62 total points for the Newburgh Lady Wolves. But now we take a look at Iberia. Iberia, they came out hot in the first quarter. Seemingly could not miss from anywhere on the field. 24 first quarter points. Very much cooled off in quarter number 2. Just 10 points in that quarter, but still led by 4 at the half, 34-30. Kind of got back going there in the third quarter. Were able to build themselves up yet another 15-point lead. Had 50 at the end of 3, and then 67 total for this contest. Most of those coming from the free throw line. I'll get to that here in just a moment. But leading the way here tonight, you had 2 scores above the 20-point line tonight for Iberia. Alexa Rowden, despite fouling out in that fourth quarter, she leads the way, 21 points in 3 quarters tonight. So, Rowden leading the way. We'll see if she can continue that trend on Thursday. 20 points tonight for Lainey Howey. Inside, Newburgh really did not have an answer for Howey very early on in this contest. She had her flashes, 12 points in the first half, 8 in the second. She finishes with 20 total for the contest. One more score in double digits. That would be your other post threat, Kay Humphrey. She comes through with 11, including 3 free throws there in that final quarter. 3 of 5 from the free throw line there for Humphrey. Other scores tonight, Tressie Brown, she finishes with 8, including 6 fourth quarter free throws there. Again, she was the one called upon the most. She was able to do it pretty much from the line, 6 of 8 in that final quarter. 4 points for Aislinn Bauer, including 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Ayla Russell finishes 2 tonight. She had 2 from the free throw line there in that final quarter. In fact, of your 17 fourth quarter points, 13 of them were from the free throw line there for Iberia in that fourth quarter. They sank the free throws down the stretch. If you're a player maybe listening in here tonight, That's why you take your practice free throws. That's why you constantly practice those shots. And that's why you constantly practice those bunnies as well. Because, Gary, as we take a look there, Newburgh, for all the success they had from outside, they missed some key shots inside. How about some other numbers from that game?
All right, so I have really not seen a game like this where one team has been dominant as far as scoring. For the Iberia Lady Rangers, they hit 19 from 27 from the field. Looks like we're going to get to talk to Mike Austin. So let's interrupt. No, we'd rather talk to you than to look at our stats here. But congratulations for the win. I just was starting to say that, you know, I have rarely seen a team to score from the field and also from the free throw line at the high percentages that the Lady Rangers did tonight. If you could do that from here on out, you'll be in every game, I think.
We are. We shoot 70% as a team. So, I mean, we shoot 10 minutes of free throws every night. And, you know, I try to tell them, you know, they're important. They will win or lose games.
Mm-hmm.
And they bought into it, and they really work at it every day.
So what was the key getting off to that fast start? I believe you led by 17 at the end of the first quarter, and we could hardly believe our eyes, you know, because all the games so far that we've done in the opening round over in the boys' side of things last night in Richland, and of course for this first game, they've been close. So we were really surprised to see that wide spread at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, you and I both.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to tell me.
No,
magic
no,
here.
no, there was no magic there. It was just I told the girls in the locker room before we come out, I said, it doesn't matter if I believe you can do it or anybody else believes you can do it. I said, as long as you believe you can do it, you can get it done. And they bought into it, and they just come out and played lights out. Alexa Rowd come out, hit a couple of threes there in the first quarter. We got the ball inside Delaney, and great defense. I mean, you know, threw a triangle and two at them, and Aislinn Bauer and Tressie Brown, bless their hearts, they played their butts off tonight, and just didn't really let them get a whole lot of open shots.
Defensive-wise, what basically did you do? I mean,
It was just a triangle and two.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Just put somebody on the Brookshire girl and the Coughlin girl, and we knew that's their best shooters. When we played them the second time down at Newburgh, we played them a 1-3-1 in the first half, and they really ate us up. And we switched to the triangle and two second half down there, and held them to 4 points in the third quarter. So we knew we could do it. It was just a matter of executing, and by golly, they did a great job of that tonight.
Yes, they did a great job of that, and by that you get to play another night here in the district tournament.
Yeah, they get to have me one more game.
Oh, let's look at 5 more wins or
well, that'd be great, but
take.
they get at least one more with me anyway.
Okay, all right. Anything else you'd like to say about the ball game?
No, like I said, we hit our free throws down the stretch, and I told the girls, I said, they're coming after you, be tough, and when you get to the line, take a deep breath, relax, and I said it's all muscle memory by now. Just put them through the hoop, and they did.
All right, Mike, we appreciate your coming up here and talking with us. I'll let you get back to the team so you can celebrate with the girls.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Kind of completing our stats for this ball game, Iberia hit 19 for 27 from the field for 70.4% shooting accuracy, which you heard Coach Austin say that's usually what they score at from the field. And, of course, some of those shots, in fact, a lot of shots, are from close in to the goal, so those are high percentage shots. And from the free throw line, Iberia was 22 for 29 for 75.9% from the line. That's just outstanding. For Newburgh, they took more shots, quite a few more shots than the Iberia Lady Rangers. It was 47 shots from the field. 21 of them were made for a 44.7% field goal accuracy, and behind the line, 13 for 22 for Newberg for 59.1%. So I guess our record is 100% here. 100% close game so far. We've done 4, Connor, and all 4 of them have been exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
and you don't see that the opening night, the opening round of a district tournament.
Yeah, you're certainly right. You don't see that every day. Sometimes these matchups, especially the matchup we've got coming up here, the 2-7, the 3-6, those turn into blowouts. And, of course, we'll wait and see how this one kind of shakes out. Crocker, a very good basketball team coming up here. But we've been blessed thus far to get some very good basketball games. We'll go ahead and send you off to another break, though, because we have another game coming up here in about 3 minutes or so. So we're going to go ahead and take ourselves 3 minutes. When we come back, we'll have Gary take over. I'll have, of course, all my supplementary info. We'll just have to kind of talk about it while we go through the game. But I do have all the info at hand. We'll talk a little bit about Crocker and a little bit about Vienna as well. Gary's got it. When we come back, you're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Basketball Tournament, 97.9 The Source.
An independent company, family-owned and operated. That's Frisco Fuel, LLC in Stoutland, bringing the fuel you need to the farm and the business to keep things running and the production moving forward. Frisco Fuel, LLC is a fuel delivery service located on Keepsake Road in the Frisco Lee community of Stoutland. Their high-quality products, reliable, on-time deliveries, competitive prices, and friendly customer service set them apart from all the competition. And with 24/7 service, Frisco Fuel is there when you need them, and they're just a phone call away at 417-763-3835. When the fuel on the farm or your business is running low, call Frisco Fuel, and the delivery trucks will be on their way.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
TC's Junk Fest at the barn at Honeysuckle Farms in Iberia is coming May 19th and 20th from noon until 6 on Friday and 9 until 3 on Saturday. This is a can't-miss event with close to 100 vendors from all corners of the state. Vintage, antiques, farmhouse, handmade, boutiques, shabby chic, artisans, and more. Plus lots of door prizes, goodie bags for the first 30 shoppers, and t-shirts too. It's a weekend full of fun and memories. TC's Junk Fest at the barn at Honeysuckle Farms, 41 Tavern Creek Road in Iberia, May 19th and 20th. We'll see you at the barn.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Welcome back to the District 9 tournament, Class 2 District 9 girls bracket here in Lakeway tonight. We're getting ready for our second game of the evening. Number 2-seeded Crocker will take on number 7-seeded Vienna. First out of the pack for Vienna is Aubrey Reeves, a 5'6" sophomore. And now for Crocker, it's Emma Ruth, a 5'5" junior. Next player out is Jordan Shell, or Shale. Sometimes they pronounce that as Shale. For Vienna, Sarah Dean, 5'9" senior. Second player out for Crocker, joined by Megan Campisi, a 5'8" senior. And then it is Marissa Hollis, a 5'3" sophomore for Vienna. Aubrey Swartz, a 5'9" freshman for Vienna. And I failed to get the fifth starter there.
It'll be Atman Warstow, who's a player to watch out for here for Crocker. Crocker, the 2-seed, of course, 16-10 on the season there. Vienna, they are 9-16 on their campaign. Someone to watch out for here in this one, Gary, before we get going. Crocker, a long history of winning kind of a culture of winning against this Vienna program. They've won their last 11 matchups dating all the way back to 2010. These teams don't see each other every year, but every time for the last 11 meetings, at least, it's been Crocker on top. They're certainly the favorites here in this one, but we'll see. That doesn't mean anything. We said that last game as well. We'll see if Vienna comes out strong and kind of put some points up on the board early. I think a good start is key to this contest.
Well, will this ball game be close? That's a question right now. Ball tipped in the air, and it is controlled by Vienna. Brought across the timeline now. That is going to be rolling out of bounds off of Crocker. So it will be inbounded by Shell. Ball will come into play now and handled by Vienna. Ball lost, picked up by number 5. Emma Ruth will take it home for an easy 2-point play. Crocker has the early lead now in the ball game. Vienna comes back the other way. And that would be Madison Weeks with the basketball. Loses it. Here comes Crocker into the forecourt. Ball comes out to Campisi, top of the key, and then given off to Emma Ruth. Ruth now centers it out and goes to the right-hand side. Hands the ball off to Foster and going to do a little weave around the three-point line and taking it down the lane. Ruth will put up a shot, but it is no good. And Vienna gets recovery. You're going to have a foul.
Yeah, Megan Campisi. Megan Campisi going to pick up her first here. By the way, these two teams, they did play this year. They were not scheduled to play each other. No regular season matchups, but they did meet in the first round of the Newburgh tournament. Crocker won that one by 19, 77-56. But of course, as we know, double-digit victory early in the season also means nothing. But just a little history here this season between these two teams.
Ball is lost, and Crocker picks it up. Emma Ruth, but she had no room to dribble it. Tried to bring it down the sidelines, but it went out of bounds on the dribble. So Vienna gets the ball back. 3-point attempt there. Fails to connect with iron, and it's grabbed by Campisi. Campisi gets the ball off now to Worstel, and then the pass will come down low, and completing the play, that is Worstel.
Yeah, Worstel, I've gotten to see this Crocker girls team quite a bit this season. Had actually a couple of regular season games with them this year. Worstel is kind of 1B in the offense, whereas Megan Campisi's 1A. They're both very capable of scoring, as you see Worstel there.
Going to have a foul called on Vienna. Shell will pick up that foul there. And so Crocker will get the inbound right of their goal. That's Worstel to do the inbounding. Nope, we're going to switch and change. Ball will come to Dean. And then out it comes. 3-point land. Elena Foster will score. 7-0 in favor of Crocker here in the early going. Well, the last ball game started off this way, too.
Yeah, in fact, this is a 3-game stretch where we've seen runs like this to start off the ball game. Flashback to literally yesterday between Crocker and Vienna. Remember, Crocker had themselves a double-digit advantage in that one there as well. I believe it was 16-0 there at one point for the Crocker Lions. So definitely a good start here for Crocker, of course. And this is, of course, just based on what we've seen and definitely not what's probably going on down there. Got to keep up the pressure. Got to keep your foot on the gas here, even once you start to build up this lead, because as we've seen, comebacks can happen in a hurry.
Yeah.
We've seen it last game. We saw it the game before that.
Well, we've had 3 turnovers, if I recall correctly, on the part of Vienna. So they're having trouble moving the ball down the floor. They'll have to do it as they inbound the ball. Ball is passed across the timeline, and it goes out of bounds off of Vienna. So again, ball control is a problem for Vienna right here. That was lost by Marissa Hollis, the 5'3" sophomore.
Yeah, the Lady Eagles already several turnovers here in this one. Like I said, several steals for Emma Ruth. That time just throwing it away.
Campisi dribble drives left-hand side. Flips it then to Worstel. Back to Campisi. She'll get the ball into the corner, and out it comes to Foster at the wing. Foster gets it off to Emma Ruth, And the ball dribble is lost on the floor, picked up by Vienna. Vienna's got a 3-on-1 advantage, and it's carried home by Aubrey Swartz.
Yeah, she gets the bucket in the foul, but of course that play starts off with Marissa Hollis in the corner, running that basketball down, somehow keeps the dribble inbounds on her knees, and then is even able to find the open man down the floor to create the 3-on-1 situation. That's ultimately just a great hustle play by Marissa Hollis.
The shot from the free throw line, no good. Ball is punched around. We're going to have a jump ball called there. Several players going to grab the ball at the free throw line.
Yeah, had a few fans in the audience yell over and back. Not an over and back there. In fact, was being pushed herself. So, no foul there. Over and back's not real. Just a reminder.
Lena Foster with the ball in the half court for Crocker. Top of the key, slings it over to Ruth. Ruth will sink out a little bit on the dribble, trying to draw the defense of Vienna out just a bit. And then getting off to Worstel for 3. Worstel hitting the three-point shot from the left wing. And she has 5 points in the contest. Crocker leads 10-2. Here is Shell. And that goes to Swartz. Shell passes the ball off. Vienna taking it on the left-hand side, going to get it stripped away. Worstel to Foster. Foster bringing the ball into the half court on the left sidelines to Worstel. Worstel will drive to the goal and will score.
Yeah, like I said, Worstel and Campisi. 1A, 1B. This time, it's going to be Worstel who does it.
There's another steal. That time by Campisi, and we'll have a Vienna foul.
Yeah, Crocker doing just such a great job of ball hawking here at the moment. Diving in on the ball, forcing Vienna to kind of give it up under duress. This Vienna team hasn't really impressed me so far with just the way they kind of crumble under this defensive pressure, giving up the ball more easily than I'd like to say.
So Crocker with the basketball in the half court. Ruth hands the ball to Worstel. Worstel to Ruth on the left-hand side. And then giving off Campisi. She's driving to the goal and will be fouled. She took a shot, but I believe the foul is going to be called before the shot.
Believe it's going to be, yes, you're right, on the floor, but a blocking foul charge here to Vienna. Picked up by one, Aubrey Reeves, her first.
Shot put up there. Crocker, 2 shots. And that is no good. Also, Dean putting up that last shot. And it's going to be Vienna with the ball, bringing it across the timeline. That is Reeves. Reeves gets it to Swartz. Swartz dribble drives the baseline and will score.
Yeah, Aubrey Schwartz, the player to watch for the Eagles here tonight. She's kind of a force to be reckoned with down low. Can also shoot from outside, but giving up a bucket there.
And that's put in by Megan Campisi, her first 2 points in the ball game. 3:09 remaining first quarter play, 10-point lead for Crocker. And I will say here at this point, for the starting 5 for Vienna, they have only freshmen and sophomore in their play.
Yes, this Vienna team,
young team.
We actually get to see some very young teams here in this tournament. You actually see them more on the bottom side, although Stoutland, they will be kind of different. The 3 seed, you'll see a lot of the younger players over there. But this Vienna squad, like you said, it's mostly comprised of freshmen and sophomores. You can definitely kind of see that in their play sometimes, the inexperience.
Crocker gets the steal. Emma Ruth drives the full length of the floor and will score. 16-4. Once she gets the ball, like in that situation, it's hard to catch up with her. But she's immediately heading down the floor.
Yes, this is a quick Crocker team. Lots of speed. Not a lot of height, but a lot of speed.
16-4. Crocker has the lead. Swartz drives in the paint, puts up a shot, no good, and it goes out of bounds without hitting any iron. So it will go possession-wise to Crocker.
Yeah, just a little more about Schwartz there. She's a shot creator and also a freshman. So, Vienna, again, much like Newburgh before them, kind of a team that has its future set. Schwartz is their playmaker, their leading scorer. She'll look to do some damage in this one and for the years to come.
PC gets the ball and goes into the paint, throws one up, doesn't go in, but she is fouled.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed there are only 8 players on Vienna's team, at least in the program book, and they're picking up some fouls early in the game. So we'll see what happens here. End of Campisi. Campisi won't take the shot, gets it out to Ruth. Ruth sends the ball into the right corner, and that will be Maddie Kofelt now in the ball game, and she'll be fouled.
Yeah, Kofelt, a player we didn't see an awful lot in the Frisco League tournament. Saw her quite a bit in just kind of my regular season coverage when I saw Crocker take on Stowen in Crocker. Saw her quite a bit more.
Shot by Campisi in the right baseline, no good. Schwartz picks it up and will hand the ball off, and it could not be handled in there by Shale. But Vienna recovers, and they've still got the basketball. Out it comes to Shale, and she'll sink a tray. Oh, that's Madison Weeks. Scores on a 3-point play for Vienna.
Yeah, Madison Weeks once more. That's another sophomore for you. The sophomore class pretty much showing up for the Eagles this year. Most of their team sophomores, in fact.
Campisi tries a three. It rims away, no good. And that'll be Copilt to grab the ball, and out to Campisi once again. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound, put back, goes to Emma Ruth. Ruth now with 6 points in the contest, 18-7. Crocker has an 11-point lead. Less than a minute now left in the first quarter of play. This ball game moving a lot quicker than the first game, and that'll be a turnover for Vienna. Cofield taking it down the floor will get bumped by Madison Weeks. Weeks will pick up another foul.
Yeah, that'll be Weeks' first, but that is the 6th team foul. So the next few fouls here for Vienna will send Crocker to the line shooting 1-1.
Schwartz will come out of the ball game now for Vienna. Ball come over to Ruth. Pass in the corner to Warstel. Back to Ruth it comes. Top of the key. Looks to pass. And we'll get it off to Campisi. Drive to the goal. And the shot off the glass does not go in. Ball loose on the floor. Vienna gets there first. And that'll be timeout called by Vienna to save possession of it. It's going to be a full timeout. So let's take a 60-second break right here.
Hear that? That's the plumpest, juiciest hot dogs you've ever seen getting their grill on. But we both know what'll make it sound even better. Oh yeah, it's a Pepsi to go with your hot dog. Because when you're chomping on America's favorite meal, relish, mustard, and onions perfectly blending into a crescendo of flavor, there's only one thing that makes everything about that moment better. A cold, refreshing Pepsi. See what I mean? It's like music to my ears. Hot dogs. Better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
We care for them.
Hey, Mr. Gibson. Good morning.
Hey there, honey.
Take wonderful care of them.
All right, here's your morning meds and your coffee, just how you like it. 1 cream,
2
sugars.
And we'll go to the ends of the earth to protect them. You can count on that.
Life Care Center of Waynesville believe in treating patients and residents as family members, focusing on inpatient and outpatient rehabilitation with 24-hour skilled nursing care. We are proud to also offer a secured Alzheimer's and dementia care unit, 700 Birch Lane in the heart of Waynesville.
So Vienna now inbounds the ball and will bring it the length of the floor, handled by Shell. Shell with the ball gets it punched out of bounds. Vienna's possession still on the right baseline. Ball is fired to the sidelines, dribble drive to the goal, and the shot goes in for Madison Weeks. She has 5 points in the game so far, makes the score 18-9. Crocker, 3-point shot from the corner is no good for Maddie Kofelt, and so ends the first quarter of play. The score is Crocker 18, Vienna 9. And we'll be back in 60 seconds to have the second quarter of play-by-play right on the air right here at 97.9 FM.
Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ball's inbounded by Vienna to begin the second quarter play. Vienna shoves it to the left-hand side now. And to Swartz in the left corner. Swartz trying to dribble in to the baseline and will be tied up there. It'll be a jump ball.
Yeah, Schwartz going behind her back there with the dribble. Unfortunately, led the ball just a little bit too much. Ended up running into some contact for the jump ball. 18-9, by the way, in favor of Crocker.
So Crocker gets possession off that jump ball call. Elena Foster brings it over, and then top of the key, that's Emma Ruth. Ruth's going to take it down the lane and put up a shot. Oh, they'll call charging on her.
Yeah, that one's definitely a charge there. Nicely done to set the feet. I believe that was Madison Weeks who took the charge. In fact, center feet, not afraid of a little bit of contact, and then, of course, the convincing fall afterward. Just a nicely taken charge.
Vienna still with the ball, and Crocker is going man-to-man at this point here in the ball game.
Yeah, it's been man-to-man the full length of the way for both Crocker and Vienna. Definitely relying on some athletic ability.
Swartz passing the ball off to Weeks. Weeks stepping into the paint, attempting a shot there and getting fouled. And so we'll go to the free throw line, and that's going to be called on Elena Foster. So Foster picks up her first foul in the game. Shot put up is no good.
Yeah, Marissa Hollis at the line. You guessed it. Another sophomore. Of course, one of two Hollises on this year's squad. Kiara Hollis, the other, the lone senior on this Vienna team.
Second free throw, no good. Swartz with a rebound. Put back won't go. Gets her own rebound and will knock it in. Staying with that ball. And she scores off that. Has 6 points in the contest. Megan Campisi on the drive to the goal. Puts the shot up. No good. And Crocker still possession. Elena Foster firing it out from the left corner. Giving off to Emma Ruth. And ball thrown away into the corner by Crocker.
Yeah, just simply an off-target pass there. Campisi trying to save it in the corner, just couldn't get it to go. Couldn't get it back, I should say.
Inbound to Shale. Shale firing it across the timeline now. We'll get the ball to Reeves.
Ooh.
Shot on the goal goes in. And let's see, who was that?
That was Jaden Shell on the shot there on the right block. Not the tallest player on the floor, but a nice little post move there.
Crocker with the ball. 3-point shot attempt, no good for Kofeld. And rebounded there by Vienna. Swartz getting the pass off now.
Big possession here for Vienna. A bucket here brings it back to one possession.
There's a 3-point from the corner, no good, but rebounded by Swartz. She'll put up a shot as she was double teamed there, but it didn't go in. Rebounded by Crocker. Now it comes to Elena Foster. Foster gets bumped, and that'll be another Vienna foul.
Yeah, and that's going to be 1-1 here for Crocker. So something to watch out for the next 5:45. How many opportunities from the line does Crocker get, and how how much do they make of this? I guess is a good way to phrase that.
Lena Foster at the free throw line. She has 3 points, a 3-point play earlier in the first quarter, and misses the front end of the 1-on-1.
Yeah, so no reward this time round, but the foul, by the way, that was called on Hollis, her first.
Bounce pass in, and then it will come out to Reeves, and she is called for traveling.
Yep, just took a first step, or should I say took a second step before putting that ball on the floor there, textbook traveling.
5:32 remaining on that second quarter clock, 18-13, so Crocker's lead has dwindled just a bit here in the second quarter.
Yeah, 4-0 run for Vienna to start off the quarter here, but still plenty of time in the quarter. We'll see if Crocker can pick it back up.
Campisi with the ball. Left wing gets it out to Worstel for 3, and she gets fouled. Bucket is good.
The 4-point play may be a possibility here. Worstel drains it. Worstel really has been the spark plug. I mean, she's your leading scorer. She's now in double digits with 10.
Right.
But now can make it 11, can maybe get you right back out to where you started the quarter. Well, fell swoop.
But misses that. But the ball comes back to Crocker. Now to Worstel for 3. It's no good. Or actually, that's going to be Campisi attempting, and it is no good. And now we're going to have a foul called against Crocker. That'll be on Dean. Her first in the ball game. And Campisi with a steal, drives it home, puts it up. It's good, and she will be fouled.
Yeah, that time not selling the contact there, or should I say not kind of leaning away from the contact there. Was Vienna trying to take themselves another charge, but just didn't stay in there long enough there. So Campisi gets the bucket, makes it a 10-point lead, and now you have a second player here for Vienna with 3 personals.
That attempt no good, but Lena Foster comes away with the ball for Crocker, gets it out to Ruth. Ruth feeds it to Campisi. Campisi then flips it to Foster. 3-point shot from the wing is good.
Well, it's almost like we kind of willed it into existence there. We brought up the 4-0 run for Vienna to start the quarter, and now all of a sudden, it's an 8-0 run here for the Lady Lions. So, using our old announcer's curse, if you will, to bring Crocker back into it. Or should I say, well, let them get back out in front.
So we're going to have a foul called on Crocker. That'll be the second foul on Emma Ruth.
Yeah, another foul here on Ruth as she'll check out the ball game. Something to note, 2 players with 3 fouls, like I said here, for Vienna, both of which are still in the ball game. Aubrey Reeves, Jaden Shell, they're both in the game. So, not a deep bench for Vienna. 7 players out there here tonight.
Losing the ball on the dribble, Crocker will get it back.
Can't be too willy-nilly with the substitutions, or, well, you can't be too willy-nilly with the arms there. You can't pick up any unnecessary fouls.
Right. Campisi will walk it across the timeline. Top of the key. Wanting to see some movement underneath, directing the traffic there. Now the ball comes to Dean along the sidelines, then to Kofeld. Kofeld, right wing, will flip the ball to Campisi. Campisi looks like Crocker is taking time off the clock there, wanting to get the defense of Vienna out just a bit. Campisi.
Shot blocked by Schwartz there. They were actually setting up for the ISO play. Don't usually see that in the middle of quarters. That's usually kind of an end of quarter, end of half kind of thing. But they liked the matchup there. Campisi guarded by the freshman Schwartz, although Schwartz got the better of her that time. Got the shot block.
Foster sneaking in the paint, gets the inbound pass, missing the shot, but Campisi will recover the ball, driving down the lane. Left-handed shot goes in for Campisi.
And that time, Campisi got the better of Schwartz on the drive.
Campisi now with 6 points in the ball game. Crocker leads by 15. A little bit of trouble there, and Vienna will lose the ball. That was Reeves, who was actually triple-teamed And Crocker comes away with it. Campisi driving into the lane. Shot going up. No good. Draws a foul. She'll go to the free throw line.
Chance at the charge there, but Kiera Hollis, who's going to be tagged with the foul here. Feet not set. Didn't fall. Kind of just leaned away from contact once again there. Going to pick up the blocking foul. And Campisi gets another chance here for another 2 from the free throw line.
Hollis picks up her first foul. Campisi at the free throw line. Oh, and it's no good. It rimmed out. She'll get a second attempt.
Yeah, Crocker 0 for 3 from the free throw line here tonight. It's been an early struggle here, but not a huge sample size to kind of draw any conclusions.
Campisi's second shot is good.
Take that 1 for 4.
Makes it 29-13. Crocker on top by 16. Not too long ago, their lead had drifted down to just 5, but since that time, they've gone on a scoring tear here in the ball game. 2:51 left in the first half. Nice three-point shooting by Shale. She gets it to drop in there, and that cuts the Crocker lead to 13 points right now.
Yep, for Vienna, that's their second 3 of the ball game. 1 from Shell, 1 from Weeks, but Shell now has 5.
Campisi in the ball in the corner, gets it out top of the key now to Dean. Dean's headed down the lane and will score.
Nice little drive, nice little finish with the underhand.
31-16 Crocker with 2:13 left first half. And here comes Swartz to the baseline. The shot does not go in. And it's going to be rebounded by Campisi for Crocker. Everybody going down the floor, and she'll take her time walking across the half-court line.
Yeah, Crocker not really needing to speed things up here right now. Perfectly content to play in the half-court because right now they're getting open buckets just like that.
Orstell driving left baseline and will score. Orstell now with 12 points in the contest. Timeout called here, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout. Minute 47 left in the first half. This one is a fast game.
Yeah, we were thinking maybe there for a second that we were going to have kind of a repeat of the first game and maybe the game before that, going back to Monday there. Opened up on a big lead, Crocker did. Kind of fell off there a little bit. But ever since that moment, it almost feels like Crocker kind of felt maybe a surge of responsibility. Maybe they were here. Of course, they were here for the majority of that first contest. They kind of saw what almost happened to Iberia. They're deciding to play no games. They push this lead back out to 17 with some very nice drives. Most of this work being done inside right now, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Crocker on the drive, kind of forcing Vienna to either take a charge or, well, send them to the line.
So the players are back out on the floor. Vienna will inbound the ball. They'll have to bring it the length of the floor, and they've had trouble at times getting it into the half court. Shale with the ball, picked up by Kofeld, now across the timeline. Fires it to her left, to Hollis. Hollis on the right-handed dribble, sends the ball around on the right-hand side. Three-point shot taken, no good. Going to be rebounded by Madison Weeks. And a Crocker foul will be called on that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't actually call that on the shot, although it is going to end up being a 1-and-1 there. Weeks got the rebound, was able to safely reach over the top there of Worstell. Worstell, I don't actually think knew Weeks had caught the ball, was continuing to block her out as Weeks was preparing to take the next shot there. So I guess, in essence, the foul was on the floor, but I could have made an argument there that that was on the shot.
Well, the shot is missed, and from the free throw line, and Crocker recovers it. Campisi with the ball, bringing it down the court in a hurry. Sending over to Foster. Three-point shot, left sideline's no good. Rebounded by Vienna. Comes to Shell. Minute 10 remaining in the first half of this ball game. Crocker with the number 2 seed here on the girls' side of the bracket. Shot taken by Vienna way off target, and it'll be Campisi coming away with a rebound. Fires it across the timeline. Ball comes quickly in the corner to Foster. Three-point attempt, no good. Going to be rebounded by Vienna. That would be Reeves with the ball. Top of the key to Swartz. Over to Reeves once again. 3-point shot. It's good.
Reeves adds her name to the list of Vienna players who've hit a three-pointer tonight. Third three of the game.
Foster moving in for a shot. Put it up. It was slapped away by Swartz, but Foster recovers there. Gets the ball to Campisi. Her shot in the paint, no good. Rebounded by Crocker. It's a 2-point shot that is put up. Good for Maddie Caulfield. 35-19 now is the score. Swartz gets a shot off before the buzzer, but it was not on target. So we have ended what has proven to be a very quick first half in the ball game. Crocker leads it 35-19. We'll be back with halftime totals and highlights for you in just 2 minutes.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Howdy.
Well, hello, young lady. I'd recognize that car anywhere. Did your mom ask you to drop it off today?
It's not hers anymore.
Oh, my. How exciting. Well, don't worry. We'll keep taking good care of her, just like we always did for Mom.
Oh, you just do what you do. Mom says if I take it to y'all for maintenance, I'll hardly ever have to bring her in for repair.
For maintenance and repair on your vehicle, trust Holler Automotive in Vienna. Oil change, batteries, tires, and repairs. Holler Automotive, 908 Highway 63 South in Vienna. Fast lane towing also available. 573-578-2233.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, all the seasons bring havoc to your home, sidewalks, and driveways. Bring life back into your projects with Big Johnson Power Washing. They do commercial and residential. Let the experts do the work for you. Call Big Johnson Power Washing. They're mobile, they can go anywhere, and they bring their own water. There is literally no job too big or too small. They're fully insured, and they pride themselves in making sure their customers are completely happy. So don't trust your home and things to just anyone to clean up. Call the pros, and they do give free estimates. Big Johnson Power Washing, 417-533-2010. That's 417-533-2010. Big Johnson Power Washing, proud supporter of the Plato Eagles. Go Eagles!
Richland schools are very proud of the accomplishment of their students both academically and in athletics. Richland schools take pride in the fact that they encourage their students to be honest, hardworking, dedicated individuals, and to be drug-free. Richland schools also remind you that the future of our nation rests with these children. Support our children. This message is brought to you by Richland High School.
Here at halftime, Crocker leads by a score of 35-19 over Vienna. Crocker with the number 2 seed in this district tournament. Vienna seeded number 7. For Crocker, they broke out to an 18-9 lead at the end of the first quarter. Vienna came back a bit early on in the second quarter to pull within 5. And then Crocker went on a scoring binge in the second quarter. And so they outscored Vienna 17-10 in the second period. And so here we are at halftime. Crocker 35 and Vienna 19. For Crocker, Ashlyn Warsdell leads the scoring with 12 points. She has 2 3-point shots included in that went in. Lena Foster with 6 points. She also has a couple of 3-point shots. 7 points for Megan Campisi. 2 points for Sarah Dean. 6 points for Emma Ruth and 2 for Maddie Coldfeld. For Vienna, not really anyone standing out for scoring now. Aubrey Swartz, the 5'9" freshman, has scored 6 points. 5 points for Madison Weeks, who has hit a 3-point shot. Joden Shale has 5 points in the ball game, including that a 3-point play. And then Aubrey Reeves, a 5'6" sophomore, with a 3-point shot, and that basically is the scoring here for the opening round action of the girls' side of the Class 2 District 9 tournament. And we noticed, of course, and talked off the air to Marb about this situation earlier in the day, in the fact that the Lakeway girls have the top seed here in the tournament, right? But the Lakeway boys do not play here in the tournament. They are playing somewhere else. I think they already have played, have they not?
They are in Kabul. I do think. Although, do not quote me on that. Do not quote me on that at all, because I'm not actually quite sure. If it's not Class 2 District 9, I have not been focusing on it as of late. There are so many districts in Missouri. Of course, every single district you're going to see some quality teams. In fact, some districts flat out are going to be insane. This has nothing to do with anything else. I just want to point out Licking, their district this year on the boys' side. If you didn't get a chance to look at this district, it was nasty here this year. And that's just kind of a geographical thing. Sometimes, well, there's just better teams concentrated in one area, and that's kind of the draw you get here. And I think that's really, to kind of bring it back to the game we have here at the moment, it's really kind of the draw sometimes. You take a look here, maybe at the top 5 teams, I guess we now have to include Iberia in that mix after they pull off the upset here today. Any one of those 5 teams, maybe even Vienna if they can pull something off here, definitely not out of this ball game here despite being down by 16. This is a wide open district. It very much is. Lakeway, of course, have to be considered the favorites when you're the 1 seed, but you've got a lot of talent in the area there. So, again, it's kind of just luck of the draw sometimes there, but at the moment, it is going to be Crocker out in front. They lead by 16, and they've really been able to kind of create the ball game they wanted to create. Kind of use their speed to get ahead, and now have kind of slowed down this ball game, are very perfectly content to continue to play in the half court and get bucket after bucket after bucket. Because right now, those one-on-one drives, that's been the bulk of their offense, just kind of what they've been able to generate here tonight.
Well, also in the Crocker lineup, 4 seniors and 1 junior.
Yes.
5.
And again,
and so they've got the experience advantage as well.
Yeah, very much so. And we talked so much about all the youth in this tournament here. Crocker is the flip side. Crocker is the team that you've seen this senior class really kind of stick together, and you really kind of see the results, kind of the fruits of the labor there. Again, like you said, lots of seniors: Sarah Jean, Megan Campisi, Elena Foster, Ashlyn Worstel, and then you have, of course, Maddie Kofeld, who's gotten lots of minutes here off of the bench in this one. Of course, shout out to Emma Ruth, the junior, who will be coming back next year with a little bit more of that talent there as well. So Crocker, definitely a team that's got a lot to play for there as well, because we talked about the importance of winning for these seniors. This could be your last game. Any game could be your last here at this point, so they don't want to leave anything on the floor there. And I kind of see that in their play maybe a little bit. You see Worstel trying to just create play after play after play after play. You see, of course, Emma Ruth, junior, by the way, but still, you don't want to stop playing just because you're a junior. Creating steal after steal after steal after steal, helping build this 16-point lead.
All right, let's take a break here, and when we return, a 2-minute break, we should be ready for the second half of the action here in the ball game between Crocker and Vienna.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville.
Trust Husqvarna to handle the toughest jobs around your household. No matter the size of your yard or farm, S&D Feed and Small Engine Repair along with Husqvarna have you covered. When it comes to lawn care, they have the feed and seed to grow your lawn or farm, and the mowers, chainsaws, and weed eaters to keep your property looking its best. Visit S&D Feed and Small Engine Repair on West 4th Street in Dixon. Remember S&D, solutions for agri-need.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
For a free insurance review,
for auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Or come see me, John Gregory, in Crocker.
Students come and students go. Some start at the elementary level and continue in the same district until graduation. Others move in, some move out for a variety of reasons, but usually it's the parent's job that facilitates a family's move. Whatever the reason, the Iberia School District welcomes all students. At Iberia, students get the best possible education from a staff of dedicated teachers, coaches, and an administration that cares about the product they send out every May at graduation. Whether it's continuing their education in the military or the 9-to-5 world, the Iberia School District is proud of their Rangers and Lady Rangers.
Second half of this ball game has begun. We have a foul that has been called, and that goes against Vienna. Crocker gets the ball right here. Ball is given off to Emma Ruth. Ruth, that's Selena Foster. Dribble drive into the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Going to be rebounded by Crocker, but the ball is picked up. Oh, and Vienna will turn it over. Picked off by Vienna. Swartz driving the sidelines, and apparently her foot went across the out-of-bounds line, so the ball is handed to Crocker.
Yeah, 35-19, by the way, in favor of Crocker after a missed first opportunity. Well, simply adding pressure up the sideline there. Swartz nowhere to go but out.
Here's Campisi dribble driving it out, top of the key, and then we'll hand the ball off to Ruth. Ruth, top of the key. And then she shoves it off to Worstel, to Campisi now. And then to Worstel, the three-point shot. This one no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Vienna. That is going to be Hollis, Marissa Hollis with the rebound. Hollis fires it across the timeline. Oh, and they didn't get it into the half court in time.
Yeah, just not a whole lot of awareness there from Vienna. Crocker, in fact, just kind of giving them the floor. But Vienna, unfortunately, just too slow in getting back across. You got to be aware of that count. It's not just when you're being pressed, it's all the time.
So Crocker with the ball in their own half court. Pass comes to Foster out on the right side. Ball coming into the corner to Dean. And she'll fire it out, but the pass goes off target. Going to be picked up by Weeks, and she will score.
Yeah, nice little spin move there to create herself some space. Worstel coming in hot, but found herself some room. And then nice touch there off the front of the rim for the finish.
So Crocker with the ball. And that's Emma Ruth. She looked briefly at the coach, Mueller. Now she is still handling the ball. Gets it to Worstel for three. It's no good. And going to be rebounded by Swartz. Swartz dribbling it out and will be fouled. I believe Campisi picks up her second foul in the ball, or first foul in the ball game.
I had second for some
That's
reason.
what I had too, but I must have assumed something there.
Yeah, I don't know. If we both had it, what are the odds we're both wrong, right?
Ball is lost by Vienna, picked up at half court. Ruth drives all alone to the goal and will score. Emma Ruth now with 8 points in the contest.
Yeah, Ruth back to her tricks that we saw in the first quarter. Just jumping passing lanes, just stripping it away, finding yourself open court, and then, of course, finishing the shot off. Not always a guarantee there, but Ruth's done a good job tonight at finishing off those open layups.
Vienna inbounds to Swartz. Swartz passes the ball off now to Weeks. Weeks pass batted away and picked up by Dean. Ball sent way down court. Oh, and a bounce pass picked off by Swartz. Swartz pass picked up by Campisi for Crocker, and there'll be a foul called there. 37-21. Neither team able to kind of get things going here in the second half.
Yeah, but this very much just benefits Crocker. At this point, all that you really care about for Crocker, if you're Crocker, is keeping Vienna off the board. Of course, some more points don't hurt.
Campisi breaks in the paint and will put it up and will score. She's got 9 points now in the ball game. 39-21, Crocker in the lead. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Lady Lions. The ball will be handed to Madison Weeks for Vienna. She'll inbound from the sidelines. Weeks looking for some movement here. Bounce pass coming in to Swartz. Swartz on the drive. She'll turn toward the goal. Gets the ball stripped away. Elena Foster bringing it into the half court for Crocker. A lot of turnovers for Vienna in the ball game. Oh, and that going to be a jump ball there. Almost a turnover for Crocker. Possession, though, will stay with the Lady Lions.
Oh, yes, I was looking the wrong way. My bad. I was looking at the scoreboard arrow, which was pointing toward the 39, which is actually toward Vienna's way, so my bad.
Going to have a foul called against Vienna on the drive and the shot taken there.
Yeah, that's going to be the fourth foul here on Aubrey Reeves. So someone to watch out for there. Remember, only have 7 players. That'll be your first player with 4. Not too much in foul trouble just yet. I think there's only one other player with 3 fouls for the Lady Eagles, but you don't want to lose players this early.
The shot is good, and that was Emma Ruth missing the first one, but getting the second one to fall. Makes it 40-21. Favor of Crocker. Swartz inbounds it into Shale. Shale at center court. Guarded by Campisi. Or actually by Emma Ruth. Drive in the paint, running shot, no good for Madison Weeks. But she gets fouled on the shot and will be at the free throw line for a couple. That'll be the second foul committed by Sarah Dean.
Yep, Weeks to the line for the second time tonight. 0 for 1 her first trip.
First shot is no good. She has another one. Another attempt coming. Checking into the game for Crocker is Maddie Kofeld, replacing Elena Foster. Again, Madison Weeks from the line will connect on that. She leads the Vienna scoring now with 8 points. 40-22. 3-point shot from Worstel was a beauty. And that puts Crocker on top, 43-22. So Vienna brings the ball into play in the half court. Bounce pass to Hollis. 3-point shot from the corner is no good. Ball punched out of bounds. Who will it be off of? Apparently it's going to be off of Crocker. Shale will inbound the ball on the left baseline. Comes into Swartz in the lane, and she will score.
Well, simple play. Every team with a big man knows what that play is. You just lob one up. Let your tallest player go up and grab it. Go right back up for the shot. Fort's got that one to go.
43-24, Crocker in the lead. Ball is given off to Dean, and then it will be Emma Ruth with the ball. She's headed down the paint, shoves it off along the sidelines. A long 2-point shot, no good for Campisi. And there is Ruth in a hurry. She circled around, came down the lane, put up a shot, and drew a foul. Shot did not go in.
Yeah, again, Ruth has been most effective underneath the basket here tonight. Most times it's just been wide open for her because she's got the steal beforehand. That time showing that she's able to fight through contact.
First free throw, no good. Now coming in for the Vienna Lady Eagles is Juliana Davis.
Yeah, first time we've seen Davis here tonight.
She is a freshman. That free throw goes in. Now Ruth with 10 points. Vienna taking time, gets the ball into play now. Ball picked up by Madison Weeks. She dribble drives into the forward court. 3-point shot, no good there, and it's going to be rebounded by Cofield for Crocker. Cofield sends the ball to Campisi. Campisi taking it across the timeline. Kept on going, bounce pass there, and the shot is no good, but we have a foul called, and that will put to the free throw line. I didn't put
Carly York at the free throw line here.
Carly York.
York, a 5'10 sophomore. One of the rare underclassmen here on this Crocker varsity team. You got a few of them, but for the most part, you'll see them on the JV side. You'll see them on the freshman side, but York got some softball time in this fall. Of course, that was a long time ago. Getting some minutes here. She sinks 1 of 2.
So it's 44-24, a 20-point lead for Crocker here in the third quarter. 2:41 remaining. Drive to the goal by Vienna is stopped there. And shot still taken is no good. Ball comes out to Campisi. Campisi waits, lets everybody get down the floor, and now will take the ball into the half court. Dropped in the paint, and the shot is put up and goes in for Carly York, and she gets fouled.
Yep, there you go, Carly York. Again, I mentioned at the top of the broadcast or the top of the game, Crocker, not necessarily a whole lot of height. York is kind of different in that way. She is the tallest player on the team. She's standing at 5'10", not quite the 6-footer, but she's very much the post player when she checks in the ball game, and saw it there, able to finish even through some contact.
Free throw is missed, and it's rebounded by Vienna. And Campisi with a steal, and Crocker now gets the ball back. Campisi still on the dribble. Headed for the baseline, bounce pass across the line. Shot by York is no good. And Vienna, going to have traveling called on Swartz. As she took the ball across the timeline, she stopped with the ball, but her foot carried just a bit. So traveling called there, and Vienna loses control of the basketball. Crocker now has the ball. Campisi shoves it over to Orstel. Orstel in the left corner to Campisi. Campisi now back to Orstel. Wide open 3-point shot. That is good.
For Orstel, that's her 4th 3 in the game. Now 18 total points for her. She leads all scores in this contest.
We're getting to the moment when we could have the turbo clock here in the fourth quarter. Crocker leads by 25 at this point with 1:31 left in the third quarter of play.
Yeah, it's a 25-point lead, but what I'm noticing is Crocker's not taking that foot off the gas. Still in a full court press. Really just kind of putting the stranglehold here on Vienna.
Swartz for 3, and that failed to connect with anything. Goes out of bounds, so Crocker is handed the ball as a result.
Yeah, Crocker basically just taking no chances here in this game. Maybe Coach Mueller was there yesterday. Maybe he knows just kind of what voodoo surrounds these district tournaments. But taking no chances here, just wants to make sure that his team advances on to that semifinal.
Trying to get the ball to Carly York since she has come in. Campisi taking the ball in the paint and then shoving it over to her on the right block. And that will draw another foul. So at the free throw line is Carly York.
Foul on Aubrey Schwartz, her second personal foul here. Team 7th again, so 1-1. York does sink the first. Everybody trotting around there, but we get a back half here. It's all set up for number 2.
Carly York at the line. Oh, that goes in. A high hop off the rim, and then it fell back through on the free throw shot. 51-24. Now, wait a minute. How's that possible?
It's very much possible. I don't know what you're talking about. What's wrong?
Okay, 27. Okay, I figured it out.
27 points, yeah. I didn't know if it was a math issue or a clock issue or you thought they added.
It was a Gary issue.
It was a Gary issue, I guess.
So Vienna with possession of the basketball, and it will come in on the inbound to Weeks. She puts up a shot, no good. And Campisi comes away with a basketball. Given off to Worstel on the run. Worstel for three. This time no good. Ball comes down in the hands of Swartz for Vienna, but a turnover there, and Crocker picks off the ball. Knocked immediately out of bounds by Vienna. So it'll be Carly York to inbound the ball for Crocker with 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter of play. Campisi, bounce pass given off to Worstel. Ball knocked out of bounds along the sidelines. Carly York will inbound the basketball right here. Inbounds to Campisi. Campisi brings the ball out a little bit further. Over on the right-hand side. Now it turns, goes up the middle. Oh, and they'll call charging on Campisi. I didn't see that.
Lower the shoulder. Going to be called there. Sneaky call, but it's a call. And so Vienna perhaps gets the final shot here of this third quarter.
Campisi now picks up her third foul in the ball game. Vienna inbounding the basketball in a trap there, but it's given off to Weeks. Drive by Swartz from the left corner will draw a foul, and she'll go to the free throw line. It's going to be on Carly York, her first foul in the game. Bounce pass comes into Swartz, and she'll bounce the ball once, turns around, puts it up and in.
Swartz, your first Eagle in the double digits tonight.
She's going to be, she's only a freshman.
Yes.
Going to really be good. And the final shot to end the third quarter misses for Crocker. So the score is Crocker 51 and Vienna 26. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of the ball game in just a moment.
As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Your car is still the one. You love everything about her, except for that. From when Ben dropped his milkshake, and that. From when you tried to transport that sharp thing, and that. That's always in the air thanks to your shotgun rider, Earl. Luckily, we can fix that.
Reeves Auto Upholstery, serving both Lebanon and Richland with decades of experience. There's no job too big or too small, because they've seen it all.
Starts off the fourth quarter of the ball game with possession of the basketball. Trying to get close to the goal here. That is given off to Reeves. 3-point shot put up and is good. I believe that was by Shale.
That was Aubrey Reeves on the shot.
Was it
there.
Reeves?
Yep.
All right. She gets her second 3-point shot in the ball game. Worstel. And then to Newman is in the ball game now. She misses the 3-point shot, and Vienna recovers on the rebound. 51-29. Crocker in the driver's seat so far in the ball game. Drive to goal and a shot stripped away. Worstel picks it up, drops a pass to Elena Foster, who's back in the ball game. Foster's headed for the goal on the dribble drive and gets fouled.
Yeah, Crocker putting in their own freshman here in the start of the fourth quarter, at the start of the fourth quarter here. Gretchen Candy, 5'7", checking in the ball game for the first time here. So we'll see what she can do. We've seen her pretty much in every game we've seen Crocker this year, but coming in for the first time in the fourth.
Foster with the first free throw to fall. She has 7 points now in the game. That was a fourth foul on Marissa Hollis in the ball game. And that free throw goes in as well for Foster. Crocker has two players in double scoring figures and two real close to hitting the double-digit mark in the ball game. Coaches always like to see that. Here's Vienna with the ball to the right baseline. Now passing the ball out, picked off by Worstel, and Worstel will get fouled. And that'll be the fourth foul on Jodine Shell, her fourth foul in the game.
And Jaden Shell going to pick up her fourth here as we get a substitution. One Hollis for another, in fact.
You're right.
Kira Hollis checking in for Marissa Hollis.
Free throw's good for Ashlyn Worstel. Has 19 points in the game. 4 3-point shots, and that shot goes in as well. So 20 points for Worstel for Crocker. Crocker leading 55-29. Shale brings the ball across the timeline, still on the dribble, and she will be fouled. Little reach in foul to strip the ball away, did not connect. And so that'll be a foul committed here for Crocker.
Gretchen Candy picking up that foul, her first.
Inbound pass now coming in to Shale. Shale trying to pass the ball in the paint, and what we have called there?
Another whistle here, and
it's going to be a foul on Crocker.
Yep. So we're heading back to the line here.
Lena Foster picks up her second personal. Free throw shot is up, no good. Ball punched back to the free throw shooter, Reeves. Long three-point shot, falls short. Hauled in by Crocker under the goal. And now quickly it's out to Lena Foster. Foster feeding the ball in the corner. And the shot put up, no good for number 22. Candy, I guess it was. 5:44 now. Well, a battle of whistles here in the fourth quarter.
Tripped there. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I tripped, and I've got cords over here. All kinds of cords. I wasn't paying attention. I'm too excited for not only the conclusion of this one, but our next contest as well.
Elena Foster, a three-point attempt from the sidelines. It's good. Foster now with 11 points, and she joins the double-digit scoring for Crocker. 3 now in double figures. Vienna with the ball. Nice pass in the paint to Swartz. That shot on the front iron will not go in, and Crocker comes away with the basketball. Foster driving coast to coast for a shot, and we are going to have contact there. And I'm sure that's going to be a charging foul.
And it is. It's going to be a charge called on Foster here. And with that dead ball, whole new look lineup coming in here for the Lady Lions. Got some starters coming back in, but you've also got some new players in as well. So we'll see what they got here. Olivia Hayes checking in, who, of course, was about to complain was not on the roster until she was, because I know that was a problem when I was in Crocker. But she's in the lineup here. Of course, another freshman for the Lady Lions. And then also Katie Huey in for the first time, a junior, alongside Campisi, Ruth, and Kofeld.
So with 5 minutes left, some changes in the lineup for Crocker. Vienna with the ball, losing it on the dribble. It goes out of bounds, and so Crocker will get the ball. Inbounding, now coming in to Emma Ruth. Ruth takes it across the timeline. Still on the dribble. Top of the key, taking the right-hand side to the baseline. Oop, dribbled off her foot, and it'll go out of bounds, and Vienna will get possession.
Yeah, just teeter-tottering right now, by the way, on the line of the turbo clock. With just one more point, Crocker would get it going here. Of course, as this clock continues to wind down on its own, that means a little less and less here. But Crocker, one more bucket, they got that 30-point lead.
Vienna with the ball in the half court. Time really isn't on their side in the ball game. A pass intercepted That was Maddie Cofield came out from the corner and jumped up, grabbed the pass, and bringing it down the floor. She gets fouled, and that is going to be called upon Kiera Hollis, a 5'4". She is a senior, I believe, or no, sophomore.
Kiera Hollis, no, I think that is the senior, is it not? Cofield
Maybe she is.
Number 1. Fairly certain one of the Hollises is the senior. Yes, Kiera Hollis, the senior.
Second free throw also good by Maddie Cofield, and Crocker leads by 31 points. And a timeout is wanted right here to stop the clock at 4:25. When we come back here, it's going to be a full timeout. Let's take a 1-minute break.
Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the products and services and savings they offer their friends and families, like eClub. Sign up today and keep up to date on special promotions and events. Log on to tcmarkets.com and find every store's weekly ads right at your fingertips. Print off coupons to save even more money. Check them out on Facebook. Browse recipes too. Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the area youth and proud to be a part of their communities.
It truly takes a lot to make a public school good, but Stoutland School is working on not just making it good, but making it great. They've implemented many things at the best interest of each and every student, like a 4-day school week, as well as making ongoing improvements to enhance the safety and security of each student, such as a single point of entry, security resource officers on hand. They have also implemented new programs to provide more opportunities for their students, such as accelerated courses and dual credits, just to name a few. So when you are looking at a public school, don't just appeal to the good, look for the great and partner with them to be a more viable part of your community. Stoutland School is just that, a great school. Good luck, Tigers. We are proud of you.
1 points, we go into turbo clock territory here in the fourth quarter of play. Vienna will bring the ball down the floor. The clock will not stop. Oh, and it is lost off the foot of Swartz, but Vienna recovers. Swartz now with the ball taken down the lane, and she loses the ball on the dribble. Picked up by Campisi. Handing the ball now to Emma Ruth. Ball is fired over on the left-hand side, and then give and go. Ruth breaking in on the reverse side. The pass a little bit off target. Couldn't be handled, and it'll go out of bounds. But no matter, clock is still ticking here with 3:41 left.
Yeah, this one's pretty much done and dusted here. Crocker, it was a little bit slowed from the get-go there. Kind of an interesting situation at the start of the second, but as we see now, the Lady Lions kind of got back into the right headspace and have since then just dominated this game.
Campisi gets a steal, brings it down the floor, gets up a shot, no good. Now Vienna will come away with the basketball and bringing it into the half court. That is Aubrey Reeves. Reeves in a little bit of trouble, but she passes the ball off to Shale. Shale getting the ball back. Yep. It'll come back to Shale. 3-point attempt, no good. There's the rebound from the paint by Swartz, and she will go back and score.
For now, that'll stop the turbo clock here. 29 points again, the lead here for Crocker. See here, though, Olivia Hayes thought about the three-pointer.
Now comes Campisi. We'll kick it out to, is that York? No. Shot taken there, 3-point shot, no good. Vienna missing a shot there and rebounded by, they called it jump ball. And we'll hand the ball to Vienna.
Few more subs here. New players in the game for Crocker checking in. How about... This will teach me to use my Briscoe League book. Jazzy Kofeld. Another Kofeld in the ball game here.
Vienna with a shot on the goal, and it is no good. But a foul will be called against Crocker. And going up to the free throw line, Vienna gets an opportunity to score. Foul was called on number 33, I believe. That was
Katie Huey picks up the foul. She'll check out the ball game.
I'm trying to think why the clock is not. Okay, so
28.
28 points.
Another Gary issue. 28.
Well, they had a 31-point lead a bit earlier.
And it was running, but once that goes back down below 30, then you stop it. And then if it goes back above, you let it go. And then vice versa, vice versa, vice versa. But right now it's underneath, so the clock will stop. Like right now, as Crocker finds its way back to the line.
Vienna missing that shot from the free throw line. Now Crocker's at the line at the other end of the floor. First shot is sunk. It is good.
Emma Ruth at the free throw line, another one.
And she gets both of them. So Ruth has scored 12 points in the ball game. Crocker now leading by 30. Crocker going for a steal but not getting it. But now they get it. That is picked off by Campisi. Megan Campisi now bringing the ball into the half court. Minute 50 remaining. Campisi heading to the right baseline, kicking it out into the corner, and a three-point shot taken there is no good. And again, we'll come back the other way with Vienna getting the ball knocked out of bounds. The clock now doing that countdown there, not stopping. Ball comes inbound for Weeks. Weeks is going to be fouled by Emma Ruth, but even that won't stop the clock.
Yeah, it certainly won't. So we'll see a lot of the ball game just kind of run off right here from the free throw line, especially because that is going to be the double bonus. And so it'll be 2 free throws here for Madison Weeks as the clock now moves underneath a minute. This one is pretty much over, barring a miracle of which the likes I've never actually seen.
The free throw shot is no good.
I was going to say the clock would actually have stopped if she sank that first one, but missed it.
That shot is good. And that pulls Vienna within a point. Or 29 points within 1 point of the turbo clock. Three-point shot for Crocker from the corner. It'll go in.
Maddie Kofelt good for 3 right at the tail end of this one. Vienna, will they get a final shot off? Maybe. We'll see. Yep, they will.
3-point shot taken there. No good. 3 seconds to 1. There's the buzzer to end this ball game. Crocker wins it 65-33. We'll have totals and highlights for you in 2 minutes here on 97.9 FM.
When it comes to great deals on the best-selling trucks 46 years running, Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert has your back. I'm Mike Freeman, and I'd like to invite you to come in during Ford Truck Month. Hurry in now to take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on new 2022 F-150s, or choose 3.9 for 72 months plus a $1,000 Ford rebate and huge Ed Morse discounts. For a truckload of savings, don't miss Truck Month going on now at Ed Morse Ford St. Robert. Get back by Morse today. Offer ends March 31st.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple for $4.49. This this and more at your Napa Parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
If you're looking for a great career with great benefits, now is the time. The Newburgh R2 School District has great career opportunities for you. Newburgh School District is now hiring substitute teachers, bus drivers, and custodians. You are invited to become part of the Newburgh School District Wolfpack. Apply online at newburgh.k12.mo.us or call 573-762-9653. Newburgh R2 School District, 701 Wolf Pride Drive.
Here, and we're talking to Coach Rich Mueller. Send congratulations to them. Actually, we're talking to Coach Mueller and his friend there.
Yeah, granddaughter Nevaeh here.
And she was up here during the Frisco tournament.
Yes, she was.
If I recall.
I'm kind of one of her favorites, and she wants to be with me as much as she can.
Okay, well, certainly, and feel free to say anything if you want to. So things went pretty much according to plan for this ball game.
Yeah, it did. You know, the one thing you always worry about, it's late in the season, you get tired and you see an opponent that you already played, and you know, we had beat them before, I think maybe 25 or something like that over in the Newburgh tournament, and played pretty well against them, did a good job shooting, and so you just hope that you come out and play with intensity instead of having the mindset, oh, you know, we had a fairly easy game with them before. And so I thought my girls came out and started well, and we had a good, you know, showing from some of our shooters tonight, did a good job. And, you know, like you said, it's the outcome that was supposed to happen.
Well, you had 3 players that hit for double figures in scoring. One fell just 1 point short of that, according to my stats. So I
had her for 9 too.
Yeah, okay. So
you're talking about Megan Campese there. Yeah.
But it occurred to me that, you know, on any given night, you've got a couple players who can pick up the scoring for the team. If for example, if Worstel is not having a good night, Campese might be, you know, scoring. You've got scoring from Emma Ruth in the ball game as usual. Maddie Kofeld, Elena Foster had a good night.
Yeah, and she's been shooting the ball really well. You know, she started a little slow. She got hurt at the Wablo Holiday tournament and didn't get to play in the championship game, and she had to sit out there for a couple weeks. And so she came back, and she was kind of trying to get her, you know, self back in basketball shape and get herself back in that mode. But I think she's there now, and she's been shooting the ball really well. Actually, the last few weeks, she's really shot the ball well. And so I'm thankful to have her back. I was glad that we were kind of worried it might have been a season-ending, you know, injury for her, and luckily she was able to go to the doctor and find out it just needed some rest. She had a really bad knee bruise on the bone, and so we're thankful to have her back because, like you said, she's another one of those players that on any given night can really score some points and get hot from the three-point line. So, you know, I'm glad to have her out there.
You kind of alluded to this a little bit earlier at the beginning of the interview. Are you among the coaches who, if they play one team 3 games, they dread it the third game if they win the first 2 games? And, of course, you have done that with Vienna. And actually, you know, we saw the results with the Newburgh team in the first game here.
Yeah, sure. Well, and during the season, you know, we had beat Newburgh twice and played them for the championship in the Newburgh tournament, and they beat us by a couple points over there. And, you know, that happens. That was the 3rd time we played them, and they were able to, you know, edge us out for the championship. I mean, it was a really good game, and, you know, that just happens. And when you have common opponents like we have, and you see people, in some cases, you may play them, you know, if I play Newburgh, if I'd somehow played Newburgh again in the district, that'd have been my 4th time playing them, you know, and so that's part of it. It happens. And, you know, you just got to hope that your kids are prepared. I mean, you get to know everybody so well. You know what they're going to do. You know their personnel. They know what you're going to do. They know your personnel. So sometimes it just comes down to making shots and, you know, doing what you're supposed to do. And the team that does that best sometimes wins.
So you don't have any sneak surprise plays, to try out in a very close contest toward the end.
Well, we do have some, and we haven't had to use them yet. And my Coach Bryant tonight, he's like, Coach, work on this. We've been working on a few different things. And I was like, no, we're not doing that in the first round. We're going to save that, So there's some things that we try and practice in case we need them, and things that we haven't done during the season. And of course, late game situations, you never know when you have to go full court in 3 seconds. And we practice those, and we have those plays if we need to pull it out. My kids have been practicing them hard for the last couple of weeks. And, if the situation arises, we're hopefully going to be ready for it.
Are you of the opinion that anybody can win this tournament?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I told Coach Bryant I wouldn't doubt if there's not a couple upsets in this tournament, and we already saw one today based on the seeding. And so I really do think anybody can. And, if you don't come and play your best basketball on a given night, I think that any of the teams can beat you here.
All right. Well, good luck to you and the Lady Lions the rest of the way, and thanks for coming up. And I think you're losing the attention of
I think
your
so
little
too.
friend there.
Can you say bye, Gary? Can you tell him bye?
By golly. Bye-bye.
Well, Gary, thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up here.
All right. Thank you.
So we have about 8 minutes to go before the third game here today. Let's take a look at the stats. So Crocker wins this one over Vienna, 65-33. Crocker got 20 points for Ashlyn Morstel. 4 3-point shots included in that. Nice night for Elena Foster with 11 points, 3 3-point shots. 9 points for Megan Campisi. 2 points for Sarah Dean. 12 points for Emma Ruth, and 7 points for Maddie Caulfield, who also tossed in a tray. For Vienna, the leading scorer was Aubrey Swartz, the 5'9" freshman. Once she got going, I think, and she was only a freshman, I think we're going to hear a lot from her in the successive years after this. But she tossed in 12 points in the game. 9 points for Madison Weeks, a sophomore, hit a 3-point shot. Jaden Shell got 5 points, a 3-point play there. 2 3-point shots for Aubrey Reeves, a 5'6" sophomore. Crocker led 18-9 at the end of the first quarter, 35-19 at halftime, 51-26 at the end of the third quarter, and then really poured it on in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Vienna Lady Eagles 14-7 in that frame to win it 65-33. Take a look at your stats, Connor.
Well, you didn't add any. You pretty much got everything I had.
Oh,
I kind of abandoned turnovers and field goal percentage because at the end of the day, I just never learned how. So
I don't really know if you what time, because you got here at the interview with Coach Mueller, but did you hear him say that it's anybody's tournament?
It really is. And in fact, I know we've been talking about the top 5 teams. I'm going to have to extend that now to even our number 6 seed that we're about to say here. Of course, Vienna out of the tournament, Newburgh out of the tournament here. But as we kind of just keep through it here, in fact, let's go ahead and take one more time out. I need to get through this one more time.
Okay.
And then we're good, and then we can take as many breaks as we want. But when we come back, we'll talk about Stoutland and Richland, our next matchup here, the 3 and the 6. This will be the 4th meeting between these two teams this year. Back in 2, you're listening to the Class 2 District 9 basketball tournament, 97.9 The Source.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard. For over 50 years, Post Pawn in St. Robert has been offering the best prices in the area on firearms, ammunition, and shooting and reloading supplies. Also find new and used military clothing and gear, as well as pre-owned power tools and compound bows, and new and used musical instruments and supplies. Get a 90-day layaway on anything. And if you have your guns shipped to Post Pawn or selling them to another individual, they only charge a $25 transfer fee. That's Post Pawn in the Gateway Shopping Center in St. Robert.
Pests can really bug you. I know they bug me, but you can get rid of all types of pests and protect your family, home, and environment by calling the folks at A to Z Exterminating. A to Z Exterminating provides the best pet and human-friendly treatments 7 days a week and education to help you keep your home pest-free. And of course, reasonable prices. A to Z Exterminating for your home or lawn, whether it's an emergency or you want to schedule an appointment, call today at 573-336-4448. A to Z Exterminating, offering the best service throughout the area.
Back here once more at Lakeway High School, where we are about 3.5 minutes away from opening tip here in our final contest of the evening. Going to see the number 3 seeded Stowland Lady Tigers taking on the number 6 seed, the Richland Lady Bears. Connor Harbert here with you. Gary Canance, of course, to my right. He'll be joining me once again on color commentary. As we take a look here, this is the 4th meeting this season between these two teams. They've met in 2 separate tournaments. They've also, of course, met during the regular season as well. And so far, it's been Stoutland who comes out on top, although not as close as you might, not as wide open as you might expect from a 3-0 season sweep thus far. Of course, flashback all the way to November 2022. First time we saw Stoutland and Richland, it was actually Richland who was the favorite in that ball game. You might remember right on this home floor, it was the number 3 seeded Richland Bears taking on the number 6 seeded Stoutland Lady Tigers. Of course, Stoutland then won by 12, kind of surprising everybody in the gym there a little bit. Stoutland part of their kind of Cinderella run to the finals of that Frisco League tournament. Since then, Stoutland has been very hot and cold throughout the year. We'll kind of look at their schedule here. Richland has kind of fallen off here a little bit. Their record 7-16 coming into the tournament, but 2 meetings since then, very, very close between these two teams. Both times, Stoutland has been able to pull it out by just 4 points. First time round, it was a 40-36 win in Stoutland. Then they met in the Osage girls basketball tourney. It was a 38-34 win. So what you should expect from this one, maybe a low-scoring affair, maybe lots and lots and lots of turnovers. What we found out about Stoutland this season is that they can create turnovers. They also do give the ball up a lot as well. Kind of a chaotic style of play for Dayton Robinson and his Stoutland Lady Tigers. But we know Richland has some talent. You're going to see some serious talent here. Might be a low-scoring game, but these two teams both have players to kind of hang their hat on, despite Richland losing a little bit of talent and despite Stoutland being one of the younger teams here in this, again, district tournament. So we're about to announce starting lineups here. We'll actually go ahead and keep it right here on this one as I go over some more stats there for you. Stoutland 13-13 on the season, which really kind of leans into that hot and cold nature of the Lady Tigers here this season. They defeated Crocker earlier in January, but since then, losses just Frisco League team-wise, losses to Iberia, a second loss to Iberia, a loss to Crocker there as well. But again, that's actually Richland. Apologies. I was looking at Richland, but Richland did lose a couple times to Iberia there and a win against Crocker. Meanwhile, though, Stoutland, a win against Dixon, lost to Iberia. Iberia maybe catching fire at the right time, lost to Lakeway, but a win over, again, your number 2 seed in Crocker. So both these teams very capable of picking up a win there. Of course, you expect Stoutland to move on. They are the higher seed. This one's still very much anybody's ball game. So we'll get your starting lineups here for our 2 sides. Of course, we'll do that in alternating order. So I'll go ahead and follow along with you there, as I already see a player not on my roster for Richland. It's just that way sometimes. Although she is listed in the roster. I guess they changed her number mid-season. So let's go ahead and get your lineups here. First, we'll start with Richland. out there on the floor. How about Bria Morris? She'll be the one to watch here for Richland. She's one of those returning starters from last year. First one on the floor for Stoutland. How about Reagan Henry? She'll be out there on the floor for the Lady Tigers. And, of course, over on the Richland side, Morris, she'll be joined by Lexi Burns, a sophomore for the Lady Bears. Another player out there, how about Cadence Chafin here for the Lady Tigers? Of course, getting another start for him, has started pretty much the entire way. Next player out there, how about Cameron Cardos? Another player who's changed her number this season. She comes in as number 14, had number 4 there, but she'll be in the lineup. Another Stoutland player for you, Shauna Looney. Look for her to lead the way scoring-wise for the Lady Tigers. And for Richland, you've got Lily Gibson out on the floor. How about for Stoutland there? That'll be Bethany Kincaid, your lone senior on the Stoutland side of things. Addison Noack for Richland. Paris Francis for Stoutland will route out the starting lineup for the Lady Tigers. And then finally, I think I actually missed over a player there. I have Morris,
Would that be Addison
Burns.
Noack?
I have Addison Noack.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me survey the floor right now. 21, 41, 11, 12. There's your player right there. Who is that?
Cardos.
Oh, I didn't mark her down as a starter. That's why. I had them all. Just didn't mark down Cardos as a starter. So we're ready to go here. It's going to be, looks like Paris Francis to jump here for the Lady Tigers. It'll be Noack to jump for the Lady Bears. Again, 3-0 Stoutland against Richland this season. But the last 2 games, a margin of victory of just 4 points. Connor Harbitt, Gary Canance, 97.9 on the Source. Glad you can hang with us here as we approach our final game of the day. A 7:45 start time. Opening tip. Going to be won here by Stoutland. Shauna Looney come flying in there. She'll pick up that basketball and start this one off. Left side here, Chafin over to the right. Shauna Looney with the basketball. Lobs one up here, trying to get it inside. Francis trying to work underneath.